the games, they all start here with All Stars Cricket. Skills, friendships, smiles, dreams. It all happens here. Every session is all-out action. All invited, even mums and dads. That, ball, catch, go. All stars and all stars.
We look cool and feel amazing.
Our games are full of action.
This is the way we play. Give it 100. Sign up now.
What are you doing here? You're here to see me? Well, come on then, I'm Edie. I'm 9, and this is my way to play. This is my club, Oakham. England have got their superstars, and I've got mine. Let me introduce them to you. First, the team keeping us fed. That smells good, Mum. Best team cricket. Meet the ground staff. They made the pitch perfect so I can hit massive sixes. That's massive! We're one big family here at Oakham. Speaking of family, that's my sister Charlotte. She taught me to score, and that's my brother Will. I played for his team once. I was the only one who didn't get out. Meet my coaches. They're helping me to become an England wicketkeeper, just like Amy Jones. I'm small, but I'm ready for anything. Right, Delish?
Yeah.
Imagine the most fun you can have. And double it, and double it, and double it again! But on a match day, we mean business. Girls, someone wants to say good luck.
Lightning fast behind the stumps, Edie.
Let's go, Oakham!
Every cricketer starts somewhere, with the people who make it possible, my team, my club, and my heroes. I couldn't play the game without them, and I wouldn't change a single thing.
Since the first Women's Cricket World Cup was held in England and Wales in 1973, the change in the game has been unrecognisable.
53 years later, the ICC Women's T20 World Cup is back on home soil.
And we're celebrating 53 women whose passion, determination and ambition have shaped the game. The players, the coaches, the umpires and scorers, the groundskeepers, the broadcasters, the sports scientists, the leaders, the volunteers, all the people who make cricket happen.
Women from every background.
Every corner of the game. Women who are leading the way, inspiring the next generation, creating opportunities, and who are making cricket a game for everyone. 53 years, 53 women, and 53 seats at Edgbaston throughout the tournament. At the ground where the 1973 World Cup final was played, and where the world's best will gather again in 2026.
Different stories,
Different roles.
we've got people from umpires to people that run their own charities to people that coach in programmes, people that play, but also a group of 53 women powering other young women and championing cricket for women and girls. It's lovely.
Once you feel the spirit of cricket, you just cannot give it up.
warm welcome to you all to Sophia Gardens today for our finals day. The semi-final first at 12 and then the big final at 4 o'clock. Glamorgan waiting. The winners of this one is Kent versus Gloucestershire. As you can see, the teams are talking to the match umpires behind us. We've got Liv Daniels and Megan Belter having their chat there. So big day for both teams. Semi-finals in the Vitality T20 Blast League 2. It doesn't get much bigger than this in the Welsh capital. Good luck to both of you today. Let's do the coin toss for us then, please, and then we'll have a chat with both of you. Come on in. You've won the toss there and gone for a bat, did you say, yeah? Any reason for that?
We're just looking to set the tone early, really, and I think we can do that with the bat and then hopefully defend with the ball, but really excited to be here today.
Yeah, I was going to say semi-finals day and then into a final. It's a big day. Are the team excited for this one?
Yeah, we're really excited. I think a couple of weeks ago he said either of us would have been here. We would have been very excited, so we're just looking to enjoy the opportunity today and hopefully get a win.
And in a knockout game like this, previous matches, they count for nothing. It's just all on the day today.
Yeah, big day, but just looking to take the opportunity as we can and hopefully put our best performance in.
And in terms of team selection, who have you gone for?
We're the same. We're unchanged for the last two games, so same team.
All the best today. Enjoy it out there. Toss there result. You happy with that or not bothered?
Yeah, really happy. I was looking to bowl first. I think the same as their team. We like to bowl first and set the tone with the ball. So they like to set the tone with the bat. So hopefully it'll be a good matchup.
And similar as we were just talking there, it's a big day for everyone in the camp. How are you all feeling today?
Yeah, really excited. We watched the football last night, which was a good result for England. So yeah, we're really high spirits and we're feeling really good. And like they said, obviously we didn't expect to be here. So we've just got to enjoy the day, enjoy the moments, and at the end of the day, just play a game of cricket.
That's a late bedtime before a big match.
Yeah, no, it was. It was staying in Cardiff. It was very loud last night. So I was struggling to get to sleep, actually. So we had to watch the game.
And in terms of this, I said, obviously, it's a one-off, this semi-final. How do you approach it in terms of that?
Yeah, I think we just go into it and look, I've been playing cricket since I was 6 years old, and at the end of the day, it's just another game of cricket, and that's the way that we're going to look at it. So we're just going into it. Obviously, it's a big day, but I think if we take that out of it and just perform how we know we can do, hopefully we'll get the win.
And in terms of term selection, it's always hard on a semi-final, a big day like this. What have you gone for?
Yeah, we've gone for the same team. We're always quite loyal to our players. So the team that's got us here, they're the ones that we've chosen to play. We could have possibly had a couple of loans come in, but we've chosen to go with our same team because that's Kent and that's why I love it.
Yeah, fantastic. All the best today. We wish you well. So there we go. Both teams rearing to go here at Sophia Gardens. As I said, we start at 12 o'clock. But right now, for those watching on the stream, let's cross over to our commentators. We've got Rosa Simpkin and Lydia Clements.
Our games are full of action.
This is the way we play. Give it 100. Sign up now.
Hello and welcome to a very sunny Sophia Gardens. Anticipation has been building and we are here at the Vitality Blast Women's League 2 Finals Day, starting with an eliminator between Gloucestershire and Kent. I am Rosa Simpkin, alongside me Lydia Clements. Lydia, how are you?
Good morning, Rosa. I'm very well, thank you. It's a big day, as you've said there. We've got Kent, Gloucestershire to start here. Beautiful sunny day actually at Sophia Gardens, and as you say, lots of anticipation in the air to see what these teams can do, see if they can secure themselves a place against Glamorgan.
Don't let them tell you it's never sunny in Wales. It is a scorcher. It's perfect conditions for Kent and Gloucestershire in their first ever finals day. Two teams who struggled last season. Kent finishing 4th in the South Group, Gloucestershire 5th in the South Group with just one win. It's quite the comeback under Fran Wilson.
Yes, definitely. Both teams looking to sort of regain their strengths they've come through then this year. Middlesex ultimately last year's champions. They'll be disappointed not to be here today. But as you say, Kent and Gloucestershire, the ones that came through those group stages and are now here today to play it off and play Glamorgan.
They are indeed. Kent, the only team to have defeated Glamorgan in the group stage of this competition. But before we get into their journey to the eliminator, we should have a look at the team news at Sophia Gardens. It is Gloucestershire who have won the toss. They have elected to bat first on a very sunny day. You can understand the decisions behind that one. Both teams are unchanged from their recent Blast fixtures. For Gloucestershire, that was against Northants. For Kent, that was against Derbyshire. Two rather dynamic opening batting partnerships.
Yes, definitely. Batters ultimately at the top looking to make their runs, isn't it? Monday and Halliday looking to do what they can for Gloucestershire, set a big total and then see what Kent can do in reply. So it'll be an interesting day for those two run scorers.
Let's have a look at Kent's journey to the eliminator, because it was a rather dramatic one. They qualified second in the table. They even qualified ahead of the final fixture. They had a bye round in the last round, so they were sitting with anticipation at home, watching on, hoping they would qualify. It was a big defeat at Lord's on the opening day. However, they came back against Sussex, and most crucially, as we've discussed, they defeated Glamorgan. So they will be hoping to get past Gloucestershire and reach that final.
Yeah, it'll be in the back of their heads and also in the back of Glamorgan's heads, won't it? That knowledge that ultimately they were the ones that beat Glamorgan in those group stages. And Kent ultimately then finishing just above Gloucestershire, only actually on net run rate, both finishing on 23 points in the table. So again, a lot to play for, and it will be a really close game here at Sophia Gardens today.
It really will be. They completed a quadruple over our Midlands counties in Tier 2. Wins over Worcestershire, Derbyshire, Leicestershire and Northants. That win against Northants was vital for the team. It was a must-win. Zina Bilal hit a 4 off the final ball to win the game. 4 to win, 4 hit to get them to this final.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? It's what you practice in the net. It's what you spend all winter doing. 4 needed off the last ball, and that's what she did, securing it ultimately as part of that process. Absolutely fantastic work as part of that, and Kent getting ready then to make their way onto the field.
And then looking at Gloucestershire, our third placed team. First season under Fran Wilson, second season under Liv Daniels as their captain, the youngest captain in Tier 2. It was also a heavy defeat for them on the opening game against Glamorgan at Bristol, but they bounced back quickly, and crucially, they overcame Kent by 15 runs at Canterbury, and that will fill them with confidence ahead of this clash.
Massively. You think about that first game, Glamorgan-Gloucestershire, it's always an interesting one, the Battle of the Bridge, as they call it. Ultimately, as you say, Glamorgan won there. Gloucestershire ultimately winning against Kent. You say that's going to give them big confidence going into the fixture today. You're going to be looking to apply the same sorts of things. Monday was the one that scored a lot of runs there, 75 off 40 in that game, and she'll be looking to do the same here again today for Gloucestershire.
It was again Northants who proved crucial. They gave Gloucestershire a bonus point victory on the final day of the season. Gloucestershire's game kicked off in the morning. They had to wait for Middlesex's result in the afternoon, who they edged to be here. And I know from Liv Daniels that they were in a service station Costa when they found out they had qualified. So a rather special moment for a rather young team.
Very good. I can imagine a lot of noise in that service station at the time. Probably a few people not knowing what was going on, but still a huge game for them. And we're looking now sort of Kent's bowling depth. It's going to be the crucial sort of play up here against Gloucestershire's batting depth. So we will see what the girls can do when they're in action.
And we're looking forward to seeing them in action, which we'll see very soon after a short break.
Here we go again. Welcome to the
I mean, what an occasion. We're seeing our players making their way up the staircase, ready to come on the pitch for an eliminator, and it's a really special moment for them.
Yeah, it's a huge day, isn't it? And beautiful weather to complement that. Ultimately, you do sometimes worry that you'll get questions regarding rain, etc., but that's not on the cards at all today. If anything, the message that's gone out is hydration. And we'll see the girls coming out now. I'm sure they'll have a few drinks breaks during the game because it is very hot out here.
I mean, we talk about sacrifices for sport, and these players have made a lot of sacrifices. They're not professionals. They're playing in a professional setup for professional teams, but Tier 2 is the non-professional level of women's county cricket. It's made up of the 9 first-class counties who don't have pro status. So these players are constantly sacrificing their free time, working full-time alongside cricket, a lot of them studying alongside cricket, so it shows real commitment for them to have made it here today.
Yeah, definitely. It's that commitment, and it's a really exciting time actually for girls coming through that process, seeing the pathway, and it's so much clearer now than it ever was, really making sure they can make their mark. And if they want to be professional cricketers, they've just got to go out and grab it, put that training in and play well, and they'll perform ultimately on the biggest stages like we're going to see today. It's a huge occasion for both Gloucestershire and Kent, ultimately looking to secure that place against Glamorgan later on this afternoon at 4 p.m.
We're seeing a scattering of spectators in. It's a glorious day at Sapphire Gardens. I do encourage you, if you're in the area, do come down. Tickets are £10 for adults and £1 for under 17s. You can find them on Glamorgan's website. It's going to be a cracking day of cricket ahead of us, so I wouldn't want to miss it if I was you.
Definitely. It's nice to see it sort of being played on a Sunday. People don't need to necessarily take annual leave or anything like that. So yeah, lots of people sort of making their way in and hopefully again filling up this afternoon for that much anticipated final.
And it is a big final for Glamorgan, a team who have been hailed as being under pressure, but as far as Rachel Priest is concerned, what pressure? They have been completely dominant across multiple tournaments this season, unbeaten in the One Day Cup. They are 7 from 8 in the Blast. They look like a real outlet getting ready for pro cricket.
Yeah, it's massive, isn't it? It's exactly where you'd want to be going into Tier 1 next year, which is guaranteed for Glamorgan in 2027, and they'll be making every preparation in order to do that. So a win here for finals day for Glamorgan would be absolutely huge in that conquest.
As the trophy stands on its pink, very bold stand of the Vitality pink, there'll be much anticipation to get hands on that from all teams. As we say, only Glamorgan have been at a finals day before. They were eliminated last season in the semi-final by Yorkshire, who went on to become professional this season. Gloucestershire and Kent there first as they make their way down the stairs.
Yeah, and you can see the trophy there. It is glistening in the sun here today just by the River Taff. The team is making their way onto the field, and as we said, Kent will be the team that are bowling Monday, and Halliday, the batters opening here for Gloucestershire today.
Our match officials for the eliminator on field are Rayma Chandaria and Dean Daniels. Our fourth umpire is Kylie White. Our scorers are Lynn Martin and Phil Lewis. It's Rayma and Dean currently making their way out to the middle as Kent disperse into the field, ready to hopefully get an early wicket.
Yes, indeed. They're going through the motions. A couple of getting sort of dirt onto their hand. It is going to be hot here today, and they know they don't want to drop any catches when that opportunity comes. So looking to make the most of everything they can here in the field. Restrict Gloucestershire as much as they can at the beginning. And as you say there, look to take a crucial wicket as and when that arises.
It's going to be an opening partnership of Becca Halliday and Amelie Monday. Amelie Monday, the Devon loanee, absolutely explosive since coming on loan to Gloucestershire.
Yeah, it's been a huge addition for them, scoring 199 runs so far in this Vitality Blast competition. So a real game changer. Becca Halliday not far behind, 147 for her with the bat. So a real opportunity for these two to make the most of it as they can, piercing the field during the first power play and looking to score their runs.
It's going to be Sydney Gorham to open the bowling at the Cathedral Road end. Some right arm pace from her. 9 wickets for her this season, Kent's top wicket taker.
Yes, indeed. And she is in fact tied 5th with most wickets in the competition so far. She'll be looking to do that again today.
into Halliday, and it's hit into the inner ring for a dot to start things off. Exactly the start you're after if you're Kent.
Definitely. Dot ball. That brings the pressure, doesn't it, for the batters then trying to play a bigger shot. So as many dots they can get in this first over, she's going to be looking for a maiden and put that pressure right back on Gloucestershire.
She's indeed Halliday, a batter who can take a second to get going, but once she gets going, she's really explosive. So Kent will be hoping for an early wicket as Gorham comes in again. Right arm over, worked straight back to her for a second dot ball.
Yes, exactly. And as you mentioned there, Becca Halliday, a very powerful hitter when she gets going. I've played against her a few times and she's broken a few fingers in the squad actually through her years. So yeah, people will be aware of how hard she can hit that ball. She's going to be looking to make her mark, especially in these first couple of overs, looking to see what she can do. We've got a long on and we've got a deep cover at the moment. So again, looking to see where her boundary options are and where those single options are.
Gorham in again, and it's upwards, and it's fallen just short of Kelly Castle, circling the outer ring of the boundary, I should say.
Yeah, it's exactly what we were talking about just there. The long on position, it is a shot that Becca Halliday has been known to play, and they'll be looking to take that option out by saying that she needs to hit over the head to get a 6, or if anything, it'll be a single, and that's what it was there for Becca Halliday. Just the one so far off this over, with Monday now on strike.
Did get her off the mark. Monday facing her first off the game as the right arm pace comes in. And it's worked upwards over the ring. It's a risky shot from Monday, but she will scamper through for a quick single.
Yeah, slightly loose shot, isn't it, for the start of a Vitality Blast. Ultimately 20 overs. Batters are going to want to get going as quick as they can. Again, trying to take those singles to the deep boundary fielders. That's going to get you your ones. The batters are going to be wondering, where are my boundary options here? What shot can I play? What do I need to do to get those runs here for my team?
Halliday takes strike once more. Gloucestershire 2 for none. And it's worked just past the fielder on the inner ring, and they will come through for a single. Kelly Castle once again patrolling.
Yes, indeed. And Monday looking there actually to turn it into a 2. See whether or not she can get more runs here by running quick between the wickets. And that's something we've seen time and time again as being very successful in the Vitality Blast, where teams can get those runs scampering through between the wickets. That's what makes the difference then at the later stages of the game.
Gorham in again and hunt for her first wicket. And it's worked in the gap in the inner ring, and they come through for 1.
Yeah, very simple game they're playing here. Gloucestershire sort of playing to the boundary fielders, taking those singles. 4 off the over so far, and that's where we're sort of looking to progress then from then. These two batters, the openers, they're going to want to make a solid platform, something they can build on, and ultimately in time then that their team can build on as they come in and join through the innings.
Gloucestershire 4 for none at the conclusion of the first over. Not the dynamic start they may have been after, but Fran Wilson would be telling them not to panic. And I do want to touch on Fran. She came in to lead the team this season. She retired from professional cricket last year after retiring from England a few years prior. Spent a good couple of years with Western Storm and Somerset, and she's really fallen in to coaching.
Yeah, very well-known player, definitely, throughout the UK. And she's making her mark now through her coaching. And it's great to see people staying in the game and still having that impact where they can. Ultimately, Gloucestershire now coming in for this one.
Amy Gordon starts her spell at the River Taff end. Another really dynamic player for Kent this season. Came in from Surrey ahead of the new county structure where she was captain of Surrey. She has 8 wickets this season. As Monday comes through for a single, she'll be hoping to really add to that tally today.
Yeah, definitely. 8 wickets so far in the competition, tied 8th most wickets overall then. As you say, she'll be looking to make her mark, take some early wickets here. It was slightly square field that was set there for Monday. Moved out then, long on now and deep mid-wicket here for Becca Halliday. A shot that she's known to play. As we mentioned, they'll be looking to take a catch there if the opportunity comes.
Gordon in again with a right arm off spin. Halliday can't get hold of it, and it will be a dot ball.
Yeah, another dot. It's that dot pressure that builds them for batters, sort of gets in their heads and forces them to play a bigger shot. We'll see what happens here for Halliday.
Bigger shots he does, and it's successful. She splits the two fielders at point, and it will run away for our first 4 of the game.
Yeah, lovely. That first boundary always gives you a bit of relief as a batter, and I'm sure she'll be happy with that one. Quite a low-risk shot played in the end, right through those two fielders, piercing it, as you say, right out towards the covers. When they've got a field that is straight and square then on the leg side, it does open up that offside as an option for her, and she's played right through it there in her shot.
9 for none the score as Gordon comes in again, and it's blocked by Monday. No, it's not by Halliday. Apologies for a dot ball.
Yeah, Halliday's still here. Yeah, a dot ball then. And again, Amy Gordon going to be able to make the most of it as she keeps attacking those stumps.
Comes down the crease, does Halliday, and it's caught the inner edge of her bat. It looks like it's going to be just cut off by the fielder in front of us in the commentary box. Oh, it's run away for 4. She got her fingertips to it. She just couldn't quite stop it.
Yeah, it's going to say 4 in the book for Halliday. It's not the 4 she would have wanted, but you'd take it at the end of the day for your team, and it's the 4 that finishes the over. Gives Gloucestershire the momentum actually going into the 3rd over now. Makes them feel as though they've got more runs here on the board today. 2 boundaries from that over. A much better start for Gloucestershire, and they'll be looking to just increase that as each over goes on.
It takes them to 13 for none from their 2. Now up with a runner ball, we'll be hoping to really accelerate that. It's going to be Sydney Gorham to continue her spell at the Cathedral Road end. Just 4 off her first over in hunt for a wicket. She comes in to Amelie Monday. And it's just worked into the inner ring for a dot.
Yeah, we were speaking about doing the sort of par score. If you were looking to go at a runner ball, is 120, isn't it, for a Vitality Blast game? That's, imagine what Gloucestershire are going to look to try and get to and exceed if they want to win this fixture today. So keeping that run rate with them as they go through, sort of ticking over with the singles, occasional boundaries again, going to put the pressure back on Kent to try and do something with the ball.
Gorham, and again, it's worked away by Monday. They will come through for a quick single. Some sharp fielding from Amy Gordon in the inner ring, doing a little bit of gymnastics, as I like to call it.
Yeah, it was a fantastic pickup, actually, wasn't it? As she's cutting round there from extra cover, covers off the deep fielder, and then it's able to pick up that ball. It's still a single, though, for Gloucestershire as they run through between the wickets, but nevertheless, a great bit of fielding there by Amy Gordon.
Halliday on strike, Gorham coming in. And it's worked. Oh, and it's taken! It's taken by Kelly Castle, patrolling that boundary. Becca Halliday maybe feeling that early pressure, trying to work it over the inner ring. She can't get it over the top. The first wicket falls for Gloucestershire.
That's exactly it, isn't it? They got that long on out there. That's what they were looking for. Someone to take that catch, take that early wicket, and that's exactly what they've done. You can see it here then, likely as we're going through and watching a replay. We got the detail then. We know what Becca Halliday plays, and they've taken it quite comfortably in the end for Kelly Castle, falling onto her front as she does so. It will be the new batter for Gloucestershire that will be coming in, Prathana Reddy, again looking to make her mark on the game and carrying on with the intensity that Becca Halliday had so far. Unfortunately, an innings that was cut short by Kent's Gorham there.
It was a lovely take by Kelly Castle, showing her experience, a player who has spent a lot of time on the pro circuit. She was at Sunrisers, she captained Sunrisers in the old regional era, spent a year with Essex when they went pro, and has now come down to Tier 2, and it's a real way for Kent to add depth to their side.
Definitely, you're going to get younger players that are coming through that are learning off that experience then and knowing what to do, and setting standards like that in the field is a great way to show what they should be doing. She come in there quite a long way off the boundary when she took that catch, took it cleanly. Sometimes it does, we see when people fall to the ground, it pops out their hands. It didn't here though, she managed to keep a hold of it. She's now up in the ring then for the new batter. Again, Kent going to be looking to put the pressure back on Gloucestershire, an early wicket for them, and they're going to be looking to maintain that now through the rest of their innings.
As a leadership meeting doesn't bring about any fielding changes as Gorham comes in. And Reddy has worked it through point and will get off the mark, but it will be cut off and they get through for 2.
Yeah, the fielder was there at point. It's gone through her legs, unfortunately. It's the deep fielders that have come round to cut that off. So they'll be disappointed with that, Kent, that wasn't just a dot ball. And a sneaky 2 for Glamorgan as they're picking up, for Gloucestershire here, as they're picking up more runs through their innings.
There's nothing worse as a fielder than one escaping through your legs.
No, indeed. You want to make sure that the next one that you're really getting down for, doing the basics well, and stopping that ball in the ring. Every run, ultimately, in Vitality Blast, making a big difference on the game.
Gorham in again to Reddy. And it's worked into the same region and they'll come through for a single. They think about the second, but it's definitely not on.
No, not when that fielder's out there patrolling, as you said. Amy Gordon, she's tried to cut that off in the covers. It was a little bit square of her then. She hasn't been able to quite do so. Again, relying on that deep fielder to cut off the 2, which she has done very nicely, actually. It's going to struggle to get many 2s out here, I think. Fielders are stepping sort of 5-10 paces off the boundary, making sure they don't give Gloucestershire anything.
In for the last of the third. And it's worked just wide of Amy Gordon in the inner ring, and they will come through for a single. Reddy again, eager for the second Monday, quite rightly sending her back to bring about the end of the third over. Gloucestershire 18 for 1.
Yeah, they're looking for it, aren't they? They're looking for that 2, and that's what you want as batters, that intensity to say, actually, I'm going to try and get more runs here where I can. Kent are going to be saying, absolutely not, we'll stop you. It's just the single here in this boundary. But again, we've got a discussion between fielders, discussion between batters, a lot of conversations likely as they want to ensure that they're getting everything right ahead of the coming overs.
They're a team who like communication, it's safe to say. We've seen a lot of leadership group meetings so far as Amy Gordon comes back on. And it's worked away by Monday beautifully, and it will run away for 4. What a shot.
Yeah, as we said, she is their top scorer for Gloucestershire so far, and she'll be looking again to make her mark today, playing a cheeky shot down on the leg side and getting 4 for it. High risk, but high reward there for Monday.
Just swept it around the corner beautifully, did Amelie Monday, and we'll touch more on her after this over, as she has had quite the journey in cricket as Gordon continues from the River Taff end. And she's tempted to do a similar thing again Monday. It's too wide on the offside to allow her to do so. It will be a dot ball.
Yeah, you saw her sort of gearing up for that shot, wasn't it? And then the last minute sort of just gets her back down, luckily, to stop that ball from getting to the stumps for her. But again, she's got that intensity. She's looking to play her shots. She knows what shots gets her runs, and that's what she's going to be doing today.
Worked away again by Monday. It will just evade the fielder and they'll come through for a second. We should say we're currently having some technical difficulties with the scoreboard. We're working to fix that and it should be with you shortly. We'll try and keep you up to date as to what's going on.
Yeah, she's played that shot there nicely through the extra cover. Fielder's got a hand to it, slowed it up, and that's why they've got 2, not 4. But a bit of...
She's worked it around the corner once again, has Amelie Monday, becoming quite a positive shot choice for her as it runs away for another 4, taking Gloucestershire to 28 for 1.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a bit of decision making, isn't it, for the batters to know where to play their shots. You've got that nice one then through the covers, and then that riskier one down. They've moved the fielder now, Kent. They're saying don't play that shot again. You've got a fielder coming in sort of in the square leg region, trying to ensure that they are cutting it off where she's playing it.
As there's a bit of a discussion, some movements around the field. We're bringing that fielder in on the leg side, pushing one out on the offside.
We've got 2 out on the offside. We've got a deep extra cover and a deep point. It's not where she's played the shots yet, but we'll see what the bowler does now.
She changes her angle, does Gordon, and they scamper through for a very cheeky single. Monday working it through that offside into the field in the inner ring, and they were getting that run.
Yeah, it was a misfield, isn't it, when in the end gets them through quite safely. No real question for the batters, but a lot of changes here for the fielders, actually, as they keep moving around leg side, offside. It's not a left-hand, right-hand combination of the batters. I think the bowler's trying to sort of change her line here, see what she can force the batters to do.
As Reddy copies her counterpart Monday, working it around the corner with a sweep. It will be cut off, however, by Zina Bilal as they come through for a third.
Yeah, Kent going to be incredibly frustrated with that one. A few changes to the field, going deep out on the offside, then deep out on the leg side, brought that fielder up, and as you say then, Reddy's seen what her partner has done and has played exactly the same shot, running away there, just not for the 4 for Reddy.
It's brought about the end of the 4th over. Gloucestershire are 32 for 1, going along nicely at a run rate of 8 as Megan Bout and Kelly Castle discuss bowling options. I mean, what a group of leaders to have at your helm.
Yeah, you've got experience, haven't you? Experience in that team, and that's what they've been trying to do. However, the batters are good with their strike rate. We've got 6 off 3 for Reddy and 16 off 12 for Monday, so above that sort of 100 strike rate. And they're going to be looking to make that bigger and bigger as they continue through their innings. But yeah, lots of conversations about the options for bowlers, who's bowling in the power play, etc. When you've only got 2 out, and be trying to make the most of it as they can.
It's going to be Holly Young to come on for her first of the game at the Cathedral Road end. Some right arm off spin from her.
Yeah, we've got a big gap here in the field. I think she's trying to move the fielders round because we've got a big gap in extra cover at the moment. Whether or not she's looking to bring a fielder across, the sort of conversation with Kelly Castle here, signalling to fielders, try and get them round, looks a little bit more orthodox now.
Reddy on strike. Young comes in and there's an appeal for caught behind. The umpire is rather unmoved. It was a good take from Blinkhorn Jones behind the stumps.
Yeah, again, another wicket now would be really crucial for Kent, wouldn't it? Keep that pressure back on the batters, but unfortunately not for them.
This time she's tried to sweep it away and they've come through for a very quick single. That was a risky one for Gloucestershire. They're a duo that really like coming through for those quick runs.
Yeah, look like a hit and run, doesn't it? If I get some bat on it, I'm going to be down the other end, and that's exactly what they've done. They hit it straight to 45. She's picked it up cleanly, no misfield. Batters are scampered through there for that one extra run for Gloucestershire.
Reddy giving some tips on Monday on how to time to Young. As it's swept away by Monday, and it will go over the inner ring and run away from 4. Those tips did prevail. A much needed boundary for Gloucestershire. They are 37 for 1.
Yeah, I was going to say, whatever Reddy said, it worked, didn't it? So do it again Monday would be the message that's being sent down again. She's opened up that option. It's like we said, in these first 6 overs, batters are going to want to be maximising as much as they can, seeing where those gaps are and looking to play then accordingly. And Monday's played that very nicely then through that leg side. No deep fielder there really to cut that off.
Young in again. And she's gone for the offside. It's just caught the edge of Monday's bat. They will come through for a second. Ridiculous running from these two once again. I think Young almost overcorrected ever so slightly there.
Yeah, we're seeing these runs get picked up. I think more risky there, to be honest, to push that back for 2. I wonder if we've got a run out on our hands soon, but successful so far.
And it's swept away by Monday once again. It will evade the fielder in the inner ring and run away for 4, taking Gloucestershire to 43 for 1.
Yeah, she's opened up that leg side there, coming across on her off stump, giving her options then down. There's no fielder out there. The fielder is quite deep at sort of mid-wicket. No option then at square legs. So it looks like we're bringing up our long on back into the ring. Kelly Castle in the ring. and likely then going to be putting a fielder out there. But we know, as we've seen Monday playing shots all around the pitch, so I doubt she'll be put off by that.
Swept again by Monday. There is a fielder there and they will scamper through for a quick single. Good piece of glove work from Maddie Blinkhorn-Jones, but isn't quite quick enough. 44 for 1 at the end of the 5th.
Again, the fielders picked it up nicely. There's no real issue with the fielding or with the keeping there, but yeah, Gloucestershire on a mission here, looking to push those singles where they can, keep that run rate ticking over for them. It's everything they've got to do. When that boundary comes, when that looser ball comes, try and punish it, put it away and see what they can do. Both very experienced batters.
I do want to touch on Emily Monday, who has had a rather remarkable journey in cricket. She tore her ACL last year, not playing cricket, playing football in a warm-up for Somerset, and didn't find out for a month or so, was playing cricket on the torn ACL for a month. Was then released by Somerset, her contract ran out, it wasn't extended. She's made a remarkable comeback from that injury. She's here with Gloucestershire on loan from Devon. She's their top run scorer, 199 runs. She comes in this game off the back of 42 off 25, and it's just a remarkable journey.
Yeah, we talk about resilience a lot in sport, don't we? And it's not really something that you can teach or anything like that. It is something that you learn through those challenges, and that's exactly what Monday's done through that experience she's had. She's learned, she's kept going and scoring runs for Gloucestershire today.
It's Zina Bilal at the River Taff End coming into Monday, and it's worked over the inner ring, and it will be cut off by the sweeping fielder as they come through for a single.
Yeah, fielder quite square there, sort of deep point, sort of cover region, and she's picked it up quite nicely. It looked like it might have gone to the side of her, and I'm sure that's what Monday was trying to do, to get it either side. But it's still a nice single for the batter, as Reddy's on strike now, ultimately looking to face the next ball.
Zina Bilal has struggled for wickets this year in the Blast, just 2 for her, but she has proven how lethal she can be as she comes into Reddy, and it's worked straight back to her for a dot.
Yeah, where people don't often pick up wickets, they're looking to get that economy, aren't they? And that's what we talk about sometimes. She's got an economy of 8.15. You'd want it to be closer, sort of less than a runner ball, things like that. But that's what she'll be trying to do. Dot ball pressure, seeing where she can get her wickets and see where she can take her chances.
A player early in her career, just 19 years old, as she comes in once again to Reddy. And it's worked through the point region, but there is a fielder and she will... Oh, it's gone past her. It's a diving effort from Coco Streets, the Kent vice-captain, on the boundary. She can't quite get that, and it runs away for 4.
A really similar shot to what Monday played earlier, actually, and it's just gone slightly the other side, as you say, of Coco Streets there. Gone through her as she's dived over it. It wasn't really near it, to be honest, and it's raced away, as you say there, for 4 runs. I think a lot of options for runs to be scored here today. It's a hot day and the ball really is racing away on that deck.
Bilal in once more, right-hander to right-hander. And she's tried to work it through the leg side. She can't get hold of it, and it will be a dot ball.
Yeah, she's mirroring the shot that she wanted to play there. It doesn't look like a bad shot, given that ball. It's sort of sliding down leg a little bit there, opening up that leg side. I'm sure Bilal will want to change her line a little bit and bowl to her field. It's quite an offside, heavy field here, although she does have that option for the looser ball with the deep square leg there.
Worked through the offside by Reddy, and it will run away for another 4. It evades Sydney Gorham, and it's a stunning start for Gloucestershire. They're 53 for 1 from just 5.5.
Yeah, they've picked it up quite well, haven't they? Those early singles, things like that, they weren't necessarily getting the boundaries. Now they're getting the boundaries and running really well. Builds that momentum for them, shifts the balance in their favour, and Kent looking a little bit down here. Again, as conversations are had as what they're supposed to do, where they're supposed to bowl, given that Reddy and Monday really are playing it everywhere.
Worked straight back to Bilal for the last of the over, threatening Reddy to get back into her crease. It brings the score to 53 for 1 at the conclusion of the power play.
Yeah, a bit of aggression there from the bowler, saying step back, ready, get back into your crease, and it shows how much it means to the players, doesn't it? That intensity, what they want to do here today. Both teams looking to get through to that final. It'll be a huge day for either county, and they're going to be doing everything they can. Can't necessarily throw the ball at the batter, but that was sort of the intention behind that sort of release point there. Really interesting as part of this process.
We're going to have a change of bowler at the Cathedral Road end as the end of the power play comes about. 4 fielders now permitted outside the inner ring. It's going to be Izzy James, some right arm leg spin. She comes into Monday. And it's an early short revelation from Monday. Doesn't quite pay off, but they do come through for a single.
Yeah, it did look quite premeditated, that reverse sweep. I think regardless of where the ball was going, that was the shot she was playing, and lucky for her, just outside that off stump, gave her a tiny bit of room to be able to play it. Probably didn't come off quite in the way she would have wanted.
James into ready. And she's come down the crease and worked it over the inner ring, and it will split the 2 fielders. A stunning shot from Bafana Reddy, taking Gloucestershire to 58 for 1.
Really nice use of her feet there, coming down the wicket, turning that ball into a full toss, and then, as you say, splitting the fielders in that way. And again, incredibly frustrating for Kent. They've got people out there, they're patrolling the boundary. There's no way they can stop that. It absolutely flew, even with the bounce over that boundary there. Nice shot from Reddy.
James will be hoping to tighten her line a little bit here, not giving Reddy the opportunity to come down the crease. The keeper is stood up as James comes in for her 3rd of the over, and she comes down the track again, does Reddy, and they come through for a single, not phased by Maddie Blinkhorn-Jones behind the sticks.
No, indeed. I was going to say, it usually puts pressure on batters, doesn't it? Not necessarily having that freedom then to come down the wicket in the same way. But yeah, Reddy unfazed by that and still using her feet, playing a very nice shot down along the ground, low risk, and getting her single.
Monday, following her partner, coming down the track for a single.
Yeah, these two are really playing sort of in collaboration here today, playing similar shots, playing in a similar style, and that's what's giving them their ability to be able to play their game. Ultimately, you don't want to change it too much. You want to be able to do what you can do, what you've practiced.
Reddy down the track once more as they come through for a single. If you're James here, surely you're thinking about a way you can cut off that option. You've already got the keeper off. That's not putting these batters off, making their way down. It's a really positive scoring option.
Yeah, you've put the fielders straight out, haven't they, Ken? All 4 of them, and that's what's opening up these more single options now. But if you can restrict the boundaries, I think you'd be pretty happy as James.
And she's tried to sweep it away, has Monday. She can't get hold of it. It goes straight through to the keeper for a dot ball to finish the 7th over. Gloucestershire 61 for 1.
Yeah, nice sweep option there. We've seen her with the reverse sweep, seen her there with a bit more of a conventional sweep. I think if she can get that off, it's going to race away again, as we've spoken about today. They're going to be looking now, where are the boundary options? Given that Kent have got all of these fielders out, where can we score more of our runs? 6s are good, but they're going to be wanting more to increase that run rate as they go through their innings. You can see there on your screen the run rate has popped up quite nicely, looking and showing the intention by Gloucestershire as they continue through their innings.
It's going to be the skipper, Megan Bout, to bring herself into the attack at the River Taff end. Long-standing Kent player. She's been playing with them since 2013. Really special for her to be able to lead them into their first finals day in this modern era.
Yeah, definitely. She'll be happy to be here, as we all are, and captaining in that way, leading with the ball and being able to give an opportunity now for her team. She'll be wanting to break up this partnership. 20 for Reddy, 30 for Monday.
And it's worked through the offside by Reddy, and they will come through for a single as the boundary sweeper comes around to collect it.
Yeah, again, as Kent, you don't necessarily really mind these singles as they go into the fielders. They're going to be sort of happy with that. It's those boundary options they're looking to cut off, and that's what they're doing at the moment, restricting Gloucestershire in that way.
Worked away through, it was a little feather from Amelie Monday, just using the ball to work it away. They come through for a single. Really clever batting.
Yeah, we've seen her play sort of all around. If we saw a wagon wheel, it would be showing us all sort of the areas she's been playing, and she really has played in that way.
Belt in again, and it's gone straight through to the keeper.
Exactly, a nice dot ball for Belt there as she came in, as you said, puts the pressure back on Gloucestershire then to score more runs.
We're going to have a change in commentary as Belt comes in. And Reddy makes her way down the track, straight back to her. Another threatening throw from Belt as Lydia Clements makes way, and Rachel Priest comes and joins me. Hello, Rachel.
Hello, how are you going?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Belt coming in to Reddy. And it's swept away for a single. They'll be looking for the second. They've decided not to take on the arm of Amy Gordon. Probably a sensible decision.
I think so, yeah. They're looking like they're going well here. Gloucester?
They are. I mean, you're getting ready for a final of your own later at home.
Yeah, we're really excited about it.
Swept away by Monday as they come through for a single to bring about the end of the 8th over, 65-41. A home final at Sapphire Gardens. It must be a really special occasion for you guys.
Yeah, I think the girls have done really well to get there. I think, look, the final was going to be here whether we made it or not, but obviously it's really, really special for the girls to play in front of their friends and family, and for people not have to travel too far and come and watch the girls play in a final, which is, yeah, obviously there's a few nerves around, but we're also really excited.
It's your second year as head coach of Glamorgan. You made the semi-final of this tournament last year, so it must be really rewarding to have gone straight through to that final.
Yeah, that was a big focus for us to make sure that we, put our best foot forward to get straight into that final. I think it's a big advantage, hopefully. But no, I think, look, just the way the girls have played, I'm so proud of them, and to, whatever happens today happens, but it's been really a good campaign.
As Izzy James continues from the Cathedral Road end, work straight back past her, and they will come through for a single. I know what the answer to this is going to be, but do you have any preference of who you'd like to face, or are you ready to take on whatever comes your way?
Look, I think there's pros and cons to every team you play against. We're just happy to be in the final, and whoever makes it through, I think it'll be a really good game either way. Was that the answer?
It was the answer I was expecting. As it's worked through for a dot ball. I mean, it's a scorching day today, isn't it? It's the perfect occasion. Don't let them tell you it rains in Wales. That's what all I say. As she comes down the track, and there's something, and it's given. It's lovely work from Maddie Blinkhorn-Jones behind the sticks, as if Izzy James her first of the game. Bafana Reddy has to go. Crucial breaking of the partnership. Gloucestershire 66-2.
Yeah, they were building well there, weren't they? And I think P was obviously trying to push it there, but a really nice stumping.
It's a lovely stumping. I mean, there's a lot of these girls are a part of your academy. You've got a relationship with Gloucestershire. Liv Daniels and Bafana Reddy, I believe, are both part of your setup. It must be rewarding to see them succeeding with Gloucestershire ahead of maybe thinking about your selections for next season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, the relationship that we've been able to build with Gloucester is really important for both counties. I think it obviously helps us to send our players out to teams to be getting good game time, and obviously helps teams have good, strong players. And the team's Meg coming in now is actually one of ours as well. So, no, we're really pleased with that relationship, and we want to see that continue.
It is Meg Ahern, as you say, making her way to the crease. A very promising season for her. She comes into this game off the back of their win against Northam. She scored 48 and took 4 catches behind the stumps, so not bad form to be coming into a final off the back of.
Absolutely, she's been in great form, and I think, she went and did some under-19 stuff with England and all that, so she's had some really good experience this season, and it's showing.
Ahern works it into the inner ring for a dot ball to start things off. Have you had a chance to have a look at the pitch yet?
We actually played on this one last game that we played here, so it's had a couple of games on it since, but look, like you said, we're at home, so we know the facilities, which we're really lucky. We know it'll be a good wicket.
Worked through the offside by Ahern as she comes through for a single. They come through for the second. It's well cut off on the boundary by Zina Bilal. I mean, it's a really promising start for Gloucestershire. They're a rather young team, I think it's safe to say, in terms of Tier 2.
Yeah, I think this is a really positive start, and what you want on finals day is really good close games and just a really good day of cricket.
Worked through the offside as they come through for a single. They won't get the second this time around. It brings about the end of the 9th over, Gloucestershire 69 for 2. I would like to talk to you about Fran Wilson. She's someone that you know rather well. You've played with her. You had a couple of opportunities to play against her as a coach. How is that transition going from being teammates to rivals and as coaches?
Yeah, I think, look, we were rivals in international cricket, and then I was really lucky to play with Fran for 4 years at the Western Storm, and obviously a really successful environment, and she played a huge part in that. I think her batting middle overs is exceptional, and her fielding second to none really. So I think it's been really good. It's so nice to have friendly faces when you go to games and be able to talk to people about what's happening. And yeah, I think she's done a huge amount of work for Gloucester, and she's a big part of the reason they're here today.
It's Megan Bout at the River Taff end, and this will be two off the... Or it won't, it'll be a single off the first. They decide not to take on the arm of Cocoa Streets, which I think is rather sensible. Another player, a player who's been really key for you this season, has been the captain, Lauren Parfitt. She has been scoring runs for fun, it's safe to say, a real legend of Welsh cricket. It must be pretty special to see her doing her thing.
Yeah, I think it is really, really special to see Lauren. And like we say, these sort of days when we're playing at home are so special for people like that. She's, spent many, I won't say exactly how many years she's been playing cricket for, but look, she's been a huge part of our success, and I'm just so pleased for her to have how the season has gone. I mean, she had a great season last season as well, so yeah, she's doing great for us at the top.
About into Monday, worked to wait for a single. I mean, we were talking about Amelie Monday earlier and the resilience she's shown as coming back from an ACL injury, and the platform that Tier 2 cricket gives players to get back to their best after unfortunate cases like that.
Yeah, I think that's a really positive thing about Tier 2. I think, and that's the whole point of it, isn't it? To give people that may not quite be where they need to be right now for Tier 1 a really good platform, as you say, to push on and put good performances in, and you never know what can happen. But yeah, I think there's a lot of resilience shown all around the game, and I think it's really positive that we have Tier 2 now to help push people up to Tier 1.
About coming into Ahern, the youngest player in this Gloucestershire 11. And it's worked for the offside. It won't be cut off in the inner ring, and it will run away for a single. And they come through for the second. I mean, for you this season, it's been maybe a tough balance between getting ready for Tier 1 cricket next year and also ensuring that you take full advantage of this Tier 2 setup whilst you've got your hands on it.
Yeah, I think it has, like you say, been a real balance. We obviously want to do really well and have lots of success this season, but we always have an eye on the future, and we know that we need to prepare people, whoever that might be, to push up to Tier 1, and recruitment obviously is important in that as well. But it has been a real balancing act at times. You think, put everything into this competition, but then we think, look, we need to give people opportunities. We need to see, how they might do in the next tier. So it has been a balancing act, but I think the girls have handled that really well, and obviously we've used the loan market quite heavily again because we're looking to recruit. So I think it's just been really positive, and the way the girls have handled that has been exceptional.
We've got a couple of really exciting youngsters coming through. One that comes to mind is Eve Jackson. It's a really good opportunity for them to show their mettle ahead of potentially playing Tier 1 cricket.
Absolutely. I think, look, this season and last season we've put Eve in some pretty tough spots, opening the bowling, coming in down the order, and I think she's handled it really, really well. And like you say, we've got lots of youngsters that are doing that time and time again in games, and it's really exciting for us because it makes our decisions a lot tougher later in the year, which is actually what we want. We want lots of people putting their names, into those conversations and making our job hard.
It is Izzy James coming on at the Cathedral Road end, a 2 to start her over, bowling her third consecutive of the game. They're going quite heavy on the spin here, Ken, in these middle stages.
Yeah, I think that's just part of the women's game now, isn't it? You see so much spin. I mean, we can't really talk. We have a hell of a lot of spin in our team as well. And look, that just is how it works in the women's game at the moment. And it is tough, really tough to play. And I think Gloucester are actually handling it pretty well, but I do think this game's nicely in the balance.
James in again. It's swept away by Ahern beautifully for a 4, taking Gloucestershire to 84 for 2 from 10.3 overs. You talk about going into a final and not having that semi to play. How do you keep the girls there mentality-wise and not fixating too much on this fixture and focusing on your game later on?
Yeah, we've had some discussions about that this week, and I was pretty set that we would not come to the ground until we would normally come to the ground for a game, so I sort of set that rule down, I suppose, yesterday, and all the girls have agreed to that. Look, there's no denying everyone's going to have nerves, and it is the biggest game of some people's lives. We can't deny that, but what we can do is try to keep everything else around it really similar to what we normally would. Stick to our processes and enjoy the day as much as we can, and what happens at the end of the day happens, but there's no denying there's big nerves around and excitement as well. So I think it's tough to keep it exactly the same, but we do our best to, as much as we can, control the controllables.
As James turns into Ahern, and she swept it over the keeper's head. Blinkhorn Jones stood up to the spin as they come through for a single. I mean, you're the only team here with finals experience. These two teams have had a remarkable turnaround. Kent finishing 4th in their group last year, Gloucestershire 5th in their group. Do you think that maybe gives you a slight edge?
Look, I think experience always helps, but I do think that the fact both of these teams have made the finals really is a testament to how much Tier 2 was pushed on in the last year, even just over this season. I think all the teams have improved, and I think a little bit more use of the loan market's been a real positive for the whole competition. I think it's really good. We don't want the same teams making the finals every year. We want all teams to be improving and getting better, but like you say, I think a bit of experience will definitely help us, but finals cricket, anything can happen, and we just gotta be calm and see what happens when we get out there.
And before I let you escape to get your team ready for this much anticipated home final, looking slightly ahead to Tier 1 next season. Obviously you've got a lot of Tier 2 cricket still to play. How do you get those early preparations in alongside still playing quite competitive cricket at this level?
Yeah, look, basically we've been preparing people since last season. We've tried to run our team as professionally as we can. Obviously, everyone's working and it's really tough, and the girls have put in an amazing amount of commitment and coming in early before work, staying late, after they've been at work all day, all those sort of things. But we're trying to get as many of our players ready to be in those conversations, as I said earlier, and it's about how we run this team right now. And, it isn't professional, but the girls behave in a way that is as close to it as possible. They put as much commitment in as, they can. And I think it's about the way that we go out and play the game. I mean, we don't want to change too much when we go up. We want to keep being aggressive, keep focusing on our own skills and making sure that we're doing all the right things when we go out there. And we know that it's going to be tough when we go up. But what we've tried to do is, as you say, prepare as many people as possible, and then they're in the convos. And then we will, hopefully be really competitive when we do go up to Tier 1.
As Jir comes in to Ahern, and they will scamper through for a quick single. Well, on the note of the future, I will let you go and get ready for your final. Thank you so much for joining us, and good luck against whichever team you come against.
No, that's good. Thank you so much for having me.
As Rachel steps away to go and ready Glamorgan, Lydia Clements will come back in. The score is 88 for 2 for Gloucestershire. Monday is 41 not out from 28. Ahern at 114 as she works it straight back to Jir. Welcome back, Lydia.
Thank you very much. It's good to be back. It's nice to see Rachel Priest back in here and having those conversations. It's great to hear.
A real influence for Glamorgan, it's safe to say. One of the only female coaches in Tier 2 as Jir comes in to Monday. And it's worked beautifully through the point region. It will run away for 4. Monday having quite the knock here. Gloucestershire 92 for 2.
Yeah, she's just pushing on, isn't she? Learning from what she's done so far. And as you said there, with regards to Rachel Priest, people being able to pick up off her experience, having that experience playing for New Zealand and being able to impart that then on every player in that team, it's a huge advantage as part of this.
It is indeed. Jir in her first over of the game. 5 runs off the 4 balls for her so far as she comes into the in-form Amelie Monday. And it's worked to similar. And it's put down by Zina Bilal. It was high, it was a tough chance, but it was a real opportunity for Kent.
Yeah, like you say, tough chance, but it was straight to her, and she will be disappointed at that. She manages to pick up the ball. It doesn't race away for 4, but they do get a 2 from it. Gloucestershire will be happy, Emily Monday will be happy, knowing that she can carry on, get closer to that 50, get close to her half century, and look to make a bigger total for her team.
She only went and said it, commentator's curse, as Gia comes in to Monday. And she works it through the point region, but it will just be the 1 to bring about the end of the 12th over. Gloucestershire, a 95 for 2.
Yeah, they're creeping up, aren't they, to that 100 total. Bit of pressure with the 3 figures, and as I said, Emily Monday pushing up towards her 50, 48 so far off 32 balls, 150 strike rate. It's great to see from the opener and other batters that are going to be coming in now, learning off that, running with her, and playing the similar way that she does.
I mean, it's been a phenomenal start for Gloucestershire, a phenomenal game for Amelie Monday. We should say, if you're just joining us, you are watching the League 2 Vitality Blast Eliminator. I'm Rosa Simpkin, alongside me, former Glamorgan player Lydia Clements. Glamorgan playing in that final at 4 p.m. Do come and join us at Sophia Gardens. Tickets are available. It's a beautiful day out. £10 for adults, £1 for under 17s. I think that's a pretty good deal.
Definitely, and a real opportunity to come and watch some cricket. Ultimately, it's going to be hotter in your homes than it is out here, I promise, okay? So people have got umbrellas and things to shelter themselves from the rays, but I know everyone's been feeling the heat wave recently. It's a real heat wave here today at Sophia Gardens.
Is it a heat wave as if it's just our day-to-day? That's the question.
Yeah, at what point is it no longer a heat wave? That's the question, yeah.
As Young comes in to Monday, and she tries to scamper through for a quick single. Ahan was never convinced that there was one on, sent her right back.
Yeah, could have been a little bit of miscommunication there, wasn't it? Emily Monday running straight to her, and the other batter going, yeah, absolutely not, sent her back, and luckily for Gloucestershire, just a dot.
Holly Young in again, and she tried to sweep it away Monday, and it's just caught a top edge, gone over, flying over Blinkhorn Jones's head as they come through for 2.
And that is her 50 up, isn't it? In that way, you would expect it to be in a different type of shot, but she'll take it nevertheless. It's 2 runs, 2 more runs for her team, and gives her 50. She'll be very happy with that.
It's stunning work from Amelie Monday, and what a story and what a comeback from her. The Loney from Devon leading her batting attack at a Tier 2 finals day. As she comes down the track and will come through for a single. They'll think about the second, but it's not on.
No, it's cut off, isn't it, by long off. Make good work of that, getting around the pitch in that way. And again, Monday looking to see where she can score a run. She got 42 in the most recent game, so going over that already today and looking to make as many as she can.
She's starting to feel the heat, I think, here Monday. She's been out here a long time now. It is hot as Young comes in. But around the pads by Ahan, they will come through for a single.
Yeah, that's what you want to do as the other batter, isn't it? Just make sure that you're rotating the strike in that way, giving the in batter their opportunity to score some runs, and when you've got your opportunity, then taking it and scoring boundaries where you can. There are options for boundaries out here, but Kent just restricting at the moment.
She advances down the track, does Monday, and it's caught the edge of her bat. They will come through for a single. Maybe struggling to time Young here. We've seen a couple of wayward shots.
Yeah, it was conversations that were had earlier, wasn't it, between Reddy and herself about how to play it because of that sort of waiting for the ball in that way.
Swept away by Ahan, but it will go straight to the fielder for a dot ball. We are 100 up. Gloucestershire 100 for 2 at the conclusion of the 13th over.
Yeah, it's really interesting. That shot we've just seen there at the end of that over, straight to 45, that was what Reddy and Monday were running earlier on.
As we see the highlights of an outstanding 50 from Amelie Monday, really taking charge of this batting attack at Gloucestershire. As we say, a loney, although I feel like she'll probably feel she's a proper part of the team now. She's their top run scorer in the tournament this year. 199 heading into this game, obviously much more than that now.
Yeah, she's really made her mark, hasn't she? And today a huge occasion for her to perform, get her team into that final.
As jeer continues. She doesn't, I apologise. Megan Belt comes back on at the River Taff end as it's worked over the inner ring by Amelie Monday for another outstanding for Gloucestershire, 140.
Yeah, much more confident start to this over for Monday there. We were saying sort of about the heat affecting her, potentially looking like she was slowing down a couple of edges, but that is a beautiful shot over extra cover, over the ring, and racing away there for 4 runs.
Monday taking strike. And she's tried to hit it for a similar reason with much less success, a dot ball.
Yeah, looks a little bit frustrated there, doesn't she, Monday? Not where she wanted it to go, but still lots of time in this game to score more runs.
She fancies down the track and it's worked past the inner ring. It will be cut off by the boundary rider as they think about the second, but they will just get the single.
Yeah, Meg Ahern running then, looking to turn that single into a 2, and she nearly did so, but Fielder picks it up very cleanly and gives no opportunity to Gloucestershire there.
Belt into Ahern. And it's worked straight over her head, and it will just be cut off. It's outstanding work on the boundary as they come through for a second.
Yeah, they're really making that Fielder work, aren't they, Gloucestershire out there? One to her right, one to her left, and running round to cut that off. But a lovely shot over the top of the bowler's head there. It's a shot we see time and time again in the blast, making use of the ring and the boundary fielders.
Swept away by Ahern, and it will just fall wide of Amy Gordon and run away for 4. She's starting to hit her ribbon here, Meg. She's on 21 from 16. Gloucestershire, 111 for 2.
Yeah, she's finding her way and she's picking up on what Monday's been doing, going over the top, things like that. And it's what we spoke about earlier on with those fielders just 5-10 yards off the ring. If the ball is either side of them, it's going to race away for 4, and that's exactly what it does there.
Swept again by Ahern, and it will once again find that gap for another 4. 115 for 2. They're going along incredibly nicely. 3 fours from the over.
Yeah, it looked like a slightly different delivery, didn't it? Sort of maybe an arm ball, sort of trying to bowl it a little bit quicker, their Belt. Didn't matter for the batter. They put it away anyway and still trusted their game. It's what you've got to do sometimes as a batter. Make sure you're playing your shots and not getting too worried about what the bowler is doing necessarily.
As drinks and an emergency banana are run out to Amelie Monday. On theme with the colour of the kit in defence to Gloucestershire. They're wearing a bold yellow.
Yes, indeed. It makes me think of those banana sweets, though, those soft ones that used to be around so much. Not really seen as much anymore. I think Haribo have taken over in terms of the sweet supplier for a lot of teams.
Can you tell that we're getting hungry in the commentary box, everyone, as we near lunchtime? The crowd, we've got a good few in, as I will keep saying, do come down if you're in Cardiff. What a better way to spend a lovely sunny day as Young comes into Monday. Fancies down the track, can't quite get hold of it. She'll come through for a single.
Again, isn't it? It's relying on their feet, relying on their shots, and even if the ball isn't quite where it is, adapting and being able to play in that way. And Monday, very experienced batter, and being able to play against Kent's attack.
Young in once more. She's trying to work it off the pad, and there's an appeal. The umpire is unmoved. It looked pretty in line, so I'm going to assume umpire thinks bat was involved there.
It was an interesting one, wasn't it? A few fielders have gone up as well, bowlers gone up, keepers gone up.
Maybe slight desperation for a wicket as well from Kent.
Potentially.
As it's swept away from Ahern, and it will just fall short of the fielder circulating the boundary. Coco Street, could she have got herself in a better position to pick that one up?
I was going to say, it's that decision, isn't it, from the from the fielder. Do you go in for the catch or do you sit back and stop the 4? She sat back there and did stop the 4, but yeah, you wonder whether or not she had an opportunity there to dive in for her team.
She's tried to make space for herself to work that through the offside Monday. Not much success. It's gone through to the keeper for a dot ball.
No, it didn't quite happen, did it? It's quite heavy on the offside here with the fielder, so maybe not the best way to score her runs.
Youngin again, just 2 from the over so far. and she's attempted to sweep it, moved the complete other way as they come through for a single. She is a batter who likes to use her feet, Emily Monday.
So she's trying everything she can. She's getting deep, getting forward, etc., looking to see what she can do, but she is looking tired. I wonder if we've got a wicket on our hands here for Kent. They'll be wanting one.
Ahern advancing down the track. It will be picked up by Bilal on the boundary as they come through for a single to bring about the end of a very productive Holly Young over. Just the 4 from it. Gloucestershire 119 for 2.
Yeah, it's a nice over actually in the middle of the game, or sort of middle of the end of the innings here. Ultimately, as the bowlers, if you're putting on that pressure at this stage, it's going to be really playing on the minds of the batters, and they'll be very conscious that they're into the final bits with wickets in hand, knowing that they need to score as many runs as they can.
Returning to bowl at the River Taff end, number 3.
There's some young cricket fans in the crowd today, which is always great to see. Great to see Tier 2 cricket inspiring the next generation.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's done, isn't it? It's put it on the screen, it's put it into people's living rooms, having the ability to see it. They say if you can't see it, you can't be it. And therefore having that opportunity makes it much more accessible to people, even just as spectators coming down and being able to watch sort of local celebrities in that way.
Genevieve Gier continuing at the River Taff end, youngster for Kent, in the very early stages of her career for her second of the game. It's worked away by Ahern and they'll come through for a single.
Yeah, they're going to want to keep going, aren't they, Gloucestershire, in that way? And as you say, young bowler, hasn't bowled so far in the blast, but we're wanting to make her impact today in terms of economy, wickets, etc., and looking to see what she can do for Kent. Can she get the Monday wicket?
Scooped from Emily Monday, and it's just gone over the head of Izzy James. They'll come through for a second. Your wish nearly came true, Lydia. She nearly got that wicket, and it was another slightly risky shot from Monday.
Yeah, it's what Kent will want, isn't it? It's everything gearing up now to get this big wicket. And Ahern there with the running didn't really give Monday an opportunity to turn her down. She was running straight back at her, saying this is a 2, and that's what Gloucester will be doing now.
Gier in once more, and she's advanced down the track. It will be a dot ball. Ahern has got a long way down the pitch there. I think that may have hit the helmet of Emily Monday. We're going to have a concussion check. Ahern very keen for the single. Monday, not at all.
Yeah, difficult to see sort of what happened there with regards to it. But yeah, S&C coach was straight on to check, or physio on now to see if she's okay. Meanwhile, Kent are taking out a much needed hydration break as well. They'll be happy for the slight pause in proceedings here. Again, Meg Ahern taking a drink. It's what everyone wants here.
Yeah, Monday will be assessed by the physio. Ahern, the quicker between the sticks. I think maybe might need to be slightly conscious that Monday has been out there for a long time, so might not be able to get through for those really quick singles or quick 2s. 7 bowlers used by Kent so far. Megan Bout really reaching in to vary her attack and try and make it difficult for those Gloucestershire batters to get comfortable.
Yeah, looking to see what she can restrict, isn't it? So Gorham there, just 4.5 from her over so far. Looking to see what they can do as part of it. Usually we would see these bowlers coming back on at the death, and I'm sure they will be on soon. But yeah, again, like you say, sort of Kent looking to see what they can do. Gloucester ultimately for the other way. Monday got her helmet back on now, looking okay. Physio's running off, and people in the crowd getting excited here as we have a lovely hot day, although they are in the shade, and I think that probably is the right decision here at Sophia Gardens.
I noticed that the Gloucestershire dugout is very much hiding in the little bit of shade they have. You'll be able to see on your screens. Probably enjoying the sight of Emily Monday and Meg Ahern's partnership.
Yeah, definitely. It's hot for anyone out there, isn't it? And hot for these players, knowing potentially one of these teams is going to be playing again this afternoon. So everyone else is going to be trying to reserve as much energy as they can sitting in that dugout. 3
balls to come in the 16th over, as Gier comes in after that slight delay, and it's worked through the offside by Monday, and it's a misfield by Zina Bilal, and it will run away for 4. A bit of fortune for Monday, but very much deserved. Gloucestershire 126 for 2.
Yeah, I was going to say she's hit that really cleanly. You can see almost the fielder wasn't quite expecting it to come at her that fast. I think that's exactly what happened when it's gone through for the boundary there. But it's always the case with a break, it sort of distracts people for a moment. So Kent will be trying to get back on it with the game.
Worked again through the offside, and it will run away for another 4. Much more convincing for Monday, taking her to 69 from just 46 balls.
Yeah, we've got just over 4 overs remaining here, and Gloucestershire really looking on top at these sort of closing stages nearly of the game. Kent looking a little bit defeated at this stage. They need a wicket, they need to restrict where they can. Those 2 boundaries have not helped their mentality.
1 to come in this Gier over as she comes into Monday. The right-hander again trying to work it through the offside, less successful, but they will get the single. Gloucestershire 131 for 2 with 4 to come.
Of all the times to get a single, it's probably the one you'd want as well. Get your in-strike batter on strike. And that's exactly what's happened there. Emily Monday just under that 150 strike rate. It's huge for this semi-final as they're going through. And Ahern playing her part in that, rotating the strike, scoring her own boundaries, and looking to continue with Gloucestershire's success so far.
It will be a change. No, it won't be a change of bowling. It'll be Holly Young to continue for her final of the spell, still hunting for that first wicket. Been very economical, just 20 runs from her 3 overs as Monday takes strike. As it advances down the track, and they will come through for a single. Caddy Castle collecting it.
You did wonder there, Ahern then would be running back to the danger end, whether or not she was going to look and press that too. But batters both looking a little bit tired now into these last couple of stages.
Advancing down the track once more, Ahern, and they will come through for a single. They think about the 2. Emily Monday is not thinking about the 2. I feel like I should say Ahern very much is.
No, I think that's fair enough, isn't it? If you run one to you get to run one then the next one. And both fielders out here, long on, long off, covering good ground.
Down the track from Monday, and it will be taken in the inner ring by Elsa Barnfather. A phenomenal knock from Emily Monday comes to an end. 71 for her from 49 balls. What a performance for Gloucestershire.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. That's what Gloucestershire wanted, wasn't it, from their opener. It's what she's done for them previously throughout this blast, and she's done it again here today. Probably would be disappointed not to get through, not to see her team right through to the end, but a big performance for her that others now can come in and play their innings.
A 9th wicket of the campaign for Holly Young, well taken by Barnfather, and a Monday, I hope, is going to go and have a well-deserved rest in the shade with hope some ice, some cooling methods.
Yeah, she'll want that time off, won't she? I think Holly Young here has been really good with her economy, and I think that's what's actually forced these wickets here, not really giving the batters any opportunity to do anything. She's actually got the tightest Kent economy throughout the competition as well, and it's shown then, picking up a crucial wicket there.
Caitlin Belcher is the new batter at the crease. Only 14 runs for her this season.
Yeah, more of a bowler naturally, I think, played for Gloucestershire in that way, but ultimately can still score runs with the bat and looking to come in here with a big performance. I wonder whether or not they're looking to rest Emily Geach, people like that, see what they can do potentially, even thinking as far ahead into the next game.
I mean, it was a speedy single to start things off for Belcher, which is a promising sign as Young comes in to Ahern. And it's swept away, but it will be cut off by Amy Gordon for a single.
Yeah, and thinking about what Ahern's been trying to do so far, she'll want someone to come in now and continue with that running. That's exactly what Belcher's done so far. Again, fielders are sort of 5-10 paces off the boundary out here. Can they push those 2s? Can they get these singles into 2s?
Swept away by Belcher, and they will come through for a single. Caddy Castle collects it to bring about the end of the 17th over. Gloucestershire are 136 for 3.
Yeah, they're looking every time here. Is this single a 2? Is this single a 2? See what they can do. As many runs as they can on that board with just the 3 overs remaining here. looking to put real scoreboard pressure on Kent, see what they can chase. As we said earlier on, knowing ultimately that Gloucestershire were the ones that beat Kent previously in their fixture during the group stages of the competition.
And it was a high-scoring game when these two teams met last time in Bristol. It was 191-6 for Gloucestershire. Kent falling short by 15 runs, so it's a slightly different dynamic. We got insight from Rachel Priest that this pitch has been used a few times. Looks in very good condition. Looks like the ground staff have done a good job, but that might indicate some lower totals as the spin really grips into it.
Yeah, it was a similar story, wasn't it, for Monday in that one, 75 off 40 as she did, and she's played a similar innings actually here today. Again, Gloucestershire are going to be trying to maximise now on these final overs.
As it's worked straight back to Amy Gordon. It's a stunning diving grab from Amy Gordon to prevent the single. Probably that one will have stung. She comes on at the River Taff end for her third.
Yeah, she's shaking her hand, isn't it? That one will hurt, but she needs to keep going for her team.
Boucher over the head of Gordon. There's no stopping that one, and it will run away for 4. The fielder on the boundary rope has attempted to dive and stop it and just hasn't been able to get a glove behind it. Glove behind it, hand behind it. I hope she's not wearing a glove. That would indicate some penalty runs.
We'd enjoy a 5-run bit of drama here today, but yeah, no glove from that fielder and no hand either. She did nearly get there, bit of arm on it actually, but again, really good shot from Caitlin Boucher. I think that's what she's been sent in to do, playing over the top.
And she attempts to go over the top again. It goes straight through to Blinkhorn Jones. Boucher is a player, of course, who has come back from injury, come back from a back injury, getting back into the swing of things for Gloucestershire. As Gordon goes back to the top of a run-up and then comes into her again. And they will come through for a single. They think about the second. It would have been risky.
Yeah, I don't think there's a second run there, is there? Again, fielders coming in quite nicely, restricting where they can, but Caitlin Boucher very, very nice and straight. The 4 and the 1 for her this over. Meg Ahern then to finish with these last 2 balls here.
Works away from, and it's a diving effort from the fielder coming into the point region. She can't get to it. It was a long reach as they come through for a single.
Yeah, they do have wickets in hand, Gloucestershire, so they're going to be playing these slightly riskier shots here. And luckily for Ahern, they're not caught by the fielder, but she lives to see another ball.
Worked again upwards, and it will fall short of the fielder on the boundary, and they come through for a single. I think the message is very much, have a swing at it.
It does look like it, and Kent in response trying to restrict where they can. That fielder making the decision then not to go for the catch but just to stop the boundary, which she does. And I think at this stage in the game it's probably the right decision to be making. Restrict.
Gloucestershire with 143 on the board. They've got 2 overs to come, 7 wickets in hand. They're going to be swinging at it here. It will be a change in bowling as Holly Young has completed her spell, and we'll have the return of some pace as Sydney Gorham comes back into the attack at the Cathedral Road end.
Yeah, I think swinging and also running, isn't it? Those are both the options here for Gloucestershire. They're going to be looking to turn everything they can, even if it's going straight to the fielder. Can they get a single? Kent are going to be trying to say no, but they'll need to pick the ball up cleanly to stop these Gloucestershire batters, both running quickly off the mark.
Gorham with 1 for 9 from her 2 overs so far, coming in to Caitlin Boucher. And she's tried to sweep it away. She can't get anything on it, and it goes straight through to the keeper for a dot.
Again, to get those runs, isn't it, you need bat on ball, and that's what you'd be saying there. Meg Ahern running down with a message to her, probably telling her to something similar in terms of having that opportunity. Leg side really open here, all fielders effectively on the boundary. Get a single in there, get Meg Ahern on strike.
And it's caught the edge of Boucher's bat, and it will run away for 4. Exactly what Gloucestershire would have been after. Unlucky for Gorham.
Yeah, I think she's been lucky there, and she looked to play into that leg side as we were speaking about, but then taken the edge and run down. She'll be very happy with that. 4 runs for Boucher, who continues explosive in her batting here.
Belcher with quite a little cameo so far. She's almost doubled her run tally.
Yeah, it's needed, isn't it? It was a cameo actually for Georgina Start, who got 33 or 14 when they last played against Kent. Not playing today, but Belcher trying to play a similar innings.
And it's bowled her clean through from Sydney Gorham. It's a stunning delivery. Belcher trying to heave it through the leg side, can't get a hold of it. A much needed wicket for Kent to halt Gloucestershire's momentum. 147 for 4.
Yeah, you could see the intention, couldn't you? You could see what she was trying to do, and as I was just starting to say, Georgina's Start was in the last game 33 or 14. That's the kind of innings that Gloucestershire would want now. Keep that momentum going. That's what Caitlin Belcher was trying to do there. But just not the right ball for it necessarily for that shot.
It was, you can see the intent, you can see why you're trying to get those runs on the board as Emily Keach comes to the crease. The woman of the moment for Gloucestershire, I'd like to say. Second highest run scorer for them this season, 171 runs for her in the tournament. A product of the Morgan's Academy, but Cornwall's pathway, we should say, been with Gloucestershire since 2022.
Yes, indeed. Dangerous with the bat and dangerous with the ball. I'm sure we'll be talking about her a lot more in the next innings when she plays here bowling. But yes, for now with the bat, so far this competition, she's got 171 at an average of 24.43. She'll be looking to get as many runs as she can here. Left-handed batter, be interesting to see then. Kent have had to change the field. And again, it just puts a little bit back on the bowlers to change their lines.
Adds a bit of variety as Gorham comes into Geach, and it's worked straight to Bilal in the inner ring, but they will scamper through for a very quick single. Direct hit, and that was close, I reckon.
Yeah, very close, wasn't it? I think Geach was trying to get off the mark there. It was always going to be 1 off 1, I think, or out realistically. But yeah, playing those shots, going through, and then let Meg Ahern see what she can do here, getting the boundary. Kent again running between now, trying to change the field for the left-hand, right-hand combination.
Meg Ahern with a Georgina Start type cameo, 31 from 24 for her as Gorham comes into the right-hander. And it's worked through the leg side, and they will look for the second. They decide not to go for it, they just go for the single.
Oh, I thought she might have then. I thought she was setting off to go for that second, but yeah, Fielder's picked it up quite cleanly, taken it, and keeper's got it in her hand. So right decision in the end for Gloucestershire, but again, where can they get these final runs?
The last ball of Sydney Gorham's spell, 2 for 15 from her. Interesting she's not had all 4 overs. It maybe would have been good to see her get her full allocated spell as she comes into Geach. And it's worked. And it will go straight into the hands of the fielder in the inner ring. It's well taken by Genevieve Gier to bring about a 3rd wicket for Sydney Gorham. Emily Geach has to depart. Gloucestershire 149 for 5.
Yeah, Gloucestershire coming in with this intent, but unfortunately just not quite making it with regards to what Kent are doing, and they are stopping them in their tracks at every turn. Each batter coming in now, trying to play a similar game with Meg Ahern, but just not quite coming off. Kent will feel real confident if they take a few more wickets going into their batting innings, knowing they've restricted Gloucestershire as much as they can through that. Quite an easy catch in the end for the fielder, just taking a couple of steps back, taking it quite cleanly there. No real question. Going back to what you're saying just about the bowler not necessarily bowling 4, I wonder if the expectation was that Holly Young would have come off sooner and then given those 2 overs at the end. But with Holly Young bowling the way she was, I expect just kept her on and then only left 1 for Gorham in the end there.
I mean, the economy from Young was phenomenal.
It's all you want, isn't it? When you give someone the opportunity to bowl, you want them to take it, and that's exactly what she's done here today for her team, really pulling it back for Kent in those final overs.
It will be Amy Gordon coming into the new batter, Izzy Patel.
Yeah, and again, similar like we've been talking about with what Gloucestershire are doing, 1 off 1 here for Patel as she's done it. Another difficult take there for Gordon. She swings her hand, hopefully not too hurt, as she goes in and finishes her over. It's just 5 balls left for Gloucestershire here.
I do apologise, it was Ahern on strike. That's brought Izzy Patel on strike to face her first of the game. Gordon in hunt for her first wicket of this final as Gloucestershire brought 150 up. And it's worked through the leg side by Patel. They'll come through for a single. They think about the second, and they're going for it. And she's well home, Meg Ahern. Speedy between the sticks. Potentially a run-out chance for Maddie Blinkhorn-Jones behind the stump. She can't get it cleanly. If she whipped those bails off, Patel may have been in trouble.
Yeah, I don't think the batter expected the ball to come to this end as well, did they? Meg Ahern at the danger end, and then soon too, Izzy Patel.
Advancing down the track, Patel, they will come through for a single, bringing Ahern on strike.
Yeah, she'll be looking to maximise here. Where are her boundary options? What can she do? As the in batter, that is her responsibility now. With just the 3 balls left for this game, Izzy Patel, you'd be saying to her, you need to run with Meg.
Swept away by Ahern. It is upwards, but it will fall safe. They'll think about the second. They're going to come through for it. Good running between these two, taking Gloucestershire to 155 for 5 with 2 balls to come.
Yeah, it always had to be 2 there, didn't it? Perhaps the wrong end for the fielder there may have been better down with the gloves, but ultimately 2 runs for Gloucestershire.
Ahern sweeping again to Gordon, and it's going to fall safe, and it may even run away for 4. It's well cut off on the boundary rope. Great teamwork from the fielders. They will come through for a second.
Yeah, fielder's still down there for a little while. Hopefully she gets up now, but it was a fantastic save for her out there.
I think it was Zina Bilal on that boundary rope. She appears to have hurt herself slightly in the process. She's up though, which is a good sign for Kent. 1 to come of this batting innings. It's Ahern on strike, 37 for her so far. And it's worked away by Ahern. They're going to go for the second here, last ball of the game, and they will get there safely. Yes, they will. Not a clean throw into Maddie Blinkhorn-Jones. Gloucestershire finished their innings 159 for 5, and what a late on cameo from Meg Ahern.
Yeah, really big innings there for her, wasn't it? She'll be really happy with that, the way that she's excelled there in the final stages. They're supporting ultimately in that role and then taking over with the new batters as they came in.
It's been a phenomenal knock for Gloucestershire, but Kent did well maybe to prevent them in those closing stages.
Yeah, I think definitely they pulled it back, didn't they? Just 159 for 5 in the end, Gloucestershire. They made the most of it in terms of their wickets, things like that, taking opportunities, and they did run good singles throughout the game, actually. We saw it going straight to fielders and them still committing and effectively not getting out. I thought there may be a few run-out opportunities, but just sometimes not necessarily taken cleanly to give that for Kent.
Having a look at the scorecard for Gloucestershire, as we say, it was Amelie Munday who led the charge, coming in at the top, 71 from 49 for her. Bafana Reddy with a slight cameo of 22, but Meg Ahern really backing her up with that 37 not out from 28. There were 7 bowlers used by Kent, an awful lot of spin. 3 wickets though for the pace of Sydney Gorham. 1 wicket for Holly Young and 1 wicket for Izzy James.
Yeah, really crucial there, wasn't it? Those bowlers bringing it back as they did throughout the innings, and then essentially at the end. I think Gloucestershire perhaps would have wanted a little bit more than what they got, but yeah, Kent bowlers really being able to restrict their good economy sort of across the board for Young, Gorham, etc., being able to restrict Gloucestershire.
And it was a really economical spell from Holly Young with her spin. She'll be hoping for a bit of a rest now, I'm sure, as Kent get ready to chase 159 to win. They need 160 from their 20 overs. And on that note, we will leave you until the second innings.
fun and all the games, they all start here with All Stars Cricket. Skills, friendships, smiles, dreams, it all happens here. Every session is all out action. All invited, even mums and dads. That's ball, catch, go.
All stars and all stars.
We look cool and feel amazing.
Our games are full of action.
This is the way we play. Give it 100. Sign up now.
What are you doing here? You're here to see me? Well, come on then, I'm Edie. I'm 9, and this is my way to play. This is my club, Oakham. England have got their superstars, and I've got mine. Let me introduce them to you. First, the team keeping us fed. That smells good, Mum. Best team cricket. Meet the ground staff. They made the pitch perfect so I can hit massive sixes. That's massive! We're one big family here at Oakham. Speaking of family, that's my sister Charlotte. She taught me to score, and that's my brother Will. I played for his team once. I was the only one who didn't get out. Meet my coaches. They're helping me to become an England wicketkeeper, just like Amy Jones. I'm small, but I'm ready for anything. Right, Delish? Imagine the most fun you can have. And double it, and double it, and double it again! But on a match day, we mean business. Girls, someone wants to say good luck.
Lightning fast behind the stumps, Edie.
Let's go,
Woo! Every cricketer starts somewhere, with the people who make it possible, my team, my club, and my heroes. I couldn't play the game without them, and I wouldn't change a single thing.
Since the first Women's Cricket World Cup was held in England and Wales in 1973, the change in the game has been unrecognisable.
53 years later, the ICC Women's T20 World Cup is back on home soil.
And we're celebrating 53 women whose passion, determination and ambition have shaped the game. The players, the coaches, the umpires and scorers, the groundskeepers, the broadcasters, the sports scientists, the leaders, the volunteers, all the people who make cricket happen.
Women from every background.
Every corner of the game. Women who are leading the way, inspiring the next generation, creating opportunities, and who are making cricket a game for everyone. 53 years, 53 women, and 53 seats at Edgbaston throughout the tournament. At the ground where the 1973 World Cup final was played, and where the world's best will gather again in 2026.
Different stories, different roles. We've got people from umpires to people that run their own charities to people that coach in programs, people that play, but also a group of 53 women empowering other young women and championing cricket for women and girls. It's lovely.
Once you feel the spirit of cricket, you just cannot give it up.
That is absolutely extraordinary.
the games, they all start here with All Stars Cricket.
Skills,
Friendships, smiles, dreams.
it all happens here.
Every session is all out action. All invited, even mums and dads. That ball.
Catch, go. All start and all stars.
We look cool and feel amazing.
Our games are full of action.
This is the way we play. Give it 100. Sign up now.
What are you doing here? You're here to see me? Well, come on then, I'm Edie. I'm 9, and this is my way to play. This is my club, Oakham. England have got their superstars, and I've got mine. Let me introduce them to you. First, the team keeping us fed. That smells good, Mum. Best team cricket. Meet the ground staff. They make the pitch perfect so I can hit massive sixes. That's massive! We're one big family here at Oakham. Speaking of family, that's my sister Charlotte. She taught me to score, and that's my brother Will. I played for his team once. I was the only one who didn't get out. Meet my coaches. They're helping me to become an England wicketkeeper, just like Amy Jones. I'm small, but I'm ready for anything. Right, Delish? Imagine the most fun you can have. And double it, and double it, and double it again! But on a match day, we mean business. Girls, someone wants to say good luck.
Lightning fast behind the stumps, Edie.
Let's go, Oakham!
Every cricketer starts somewhere, with the people who make it possible, my team, my club, and my heroes. I couldn't play the game without them, and I wouldn't change a single thing.
Hello and welcome back to a glorious Sophia Gardens, where we are into the second innings of our League 2 Vitality Blast Eliminator between Kent and Gloucestershire. I'm Rosa Simpkin, alongside me Lydia Clemens. Lydia, what a first innings Gloucestershire put on for us.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, thank you, Rosa. It was a big first innings, wasn't it, for Gloucestershire? Looking to come out as strong as they can, and they did, just as we expected, with Amelie Monday leading the way there with the run. 71 off 49 for her. Should be really happy with that. I think a slight distraction there was with regards to Halliday coming in at the beginning. Perhaps a bigger innings would have been wanted in that. So just 6 off 9 for her at the start. But really interesting as it went through and progressed, wasn't it? We saw Reddy with her sort of contribution, then right at the end, Meg Ahern. Really big innings, really crucial actually for Gloucestershire. 39 off 29, not out for her.
It is 160 to win for Kent to get through to their first final of the Project Darwin modern era. Both teams looking for a first ever place in a final. It's a big moment and anticipation will be building for them.
Definitely. They put in everything they could, didn't they, in terms of boundaries, running, etc. And we saw a really good running display from those batters as they were coming in, looking to see what they could do, turning ones into twos, turning twos into boundaries. And that's what sets them up now really well for this second innings as we come in. And they'll be excited for that. Coming onto the pitch, potentially for the last time in the Vitality Blast if they don't make it through. So they'll be wanting to make sure that every minute on that pitch really counts here.
As Gloucestershire get into their pre-match huddle to hype each other up. They did win the toss, they did elect to bat first. Sensible in this heat. Kent's batters maybe at a slight disadvantage. They've been in blistering heat for 20 overs, now got to come out and bat. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a quick turnaround, isn't it? Sort of 15 minutes just to sort of go back in, get your water, get padded up and then go again. But they'll be relying on years of training to ensure that they are coming out and giving their best performance they possibly can. And a big day for the Kent batters as they come out to set here. We've got Coco Streets and Amy Gordon will be the two openers for Kent today. Again, looking to see what they can do for their team.
as Liv Daniels leads her Gloucestershire side on to the field. The youngest captain in Tier 2 will be hoping to get the job done today. Our on-field officials are Rayma Chandaria and Dean Daniels. They are ready as Coco and... I've had a blank, Lydia. Who's our other opening batter?
Amy Gordon, I believe.
Coco and Amy come to the crease.
We've got Caitlin Belcher then here opening the bowling for Gloucestershire, having just had her slight cameo performance with the bat, going over the top, looking to run her singles, opening now with the bowling here. And she is a dangerous bowler, having taken 7 wickets for Gloucestershire during this. In the most recent game, actually, she got 4 wickets for just 18 runs. So a lot of confidence for her coming into this game, looking to strike early, get rid of these top batters and see what she can do for Gloucestershire.
She provides a lethal level of pace in Tier 2 cricket. It's what makes her so effective. She came through the Midlands pathway, the Central Sparks, back in the regional era, as she comes in to start things off. And it's nearly played straight onto her stumps from Coco Streets.
Yeah, big start there for Caitlin Belcher. She was charging in that way, very full sometimes with her bowling, and that's what tricks batters there, nearly playing it onto her stumps as Streets did there. That's what she's going to be trying to do both at the start and if she's used then as a death bowler right at the end as well, getting that crucial pace and tricking batters.
Belcher in once more to Streets. And it's worked away by Streets, but it will just get past the fielder in the ring. They'll scamper through for a quick single to get Streets off the mark.
And it's very full, but it's played into that offside, isn't it? Fielder was able to stop it, but not cleanly. I think a clean pickup would have given that pressure back onto the batters, but unfortunately it's given Kent that 1 run that they wanted, and they'll be very happy with that now at the start of their innings, looking to really kick on.
Belcher at the top of her marks. Amy Gordon ready to face her first of the game in quite some form. Amy Gordon, she's the top run scorer for Kent, 208 runs for her this season. And she'll have to wait for another as it's worked into the inner ring for a dot.
Yeah, batting average for Amy Gordon of 26 and a strike rate of 103. Again, that 1 run every ball, trying to maximise it where she can. That's what we'd expect from her at the top of this innings. And then as the game progresses, as those fielders move out, looking to see where she can get her runs.
She's been really pivotal for Kent this season in the runs, 8 wickets for her as well. Best bowling economy in the competition. Didn't get one today, but she'll be hoping to contribute with bat in hand as Belcher comes in. And it's worked into the inner ring and now scamper through for a single. A misfield from Emily Geach. It just caught her ankle and it ran away from her.
Again, it's these tiny margins, isn't it? These dots that should be dots that are being turned into singles by Kent. They'll be very happy with the way they're starting, putting those pressure back on the Gloucestershire fielders. Emily Geach, players like that will want to be making sure they're picking up the ball cleanly and restricting Kent as much as they can.
Belcher into Streets, worked straight to Emily Geach, the woman of the moment per se, for a dot ball. There's no alarm really for Kent though, 2 for none, 5 balls gone, but Gloucestershire had a similarly not very productive first over. They scored just 4 off their first and they went on to score a very promising total.
It was a very similar start, you're right, and sort of getting batters the opportunity to get in a little bit, have a few to take a look and then be able to play their shots, play those big innings. We know they can.
Worked away at the edge of Streets' bat. It hasn't got bat, otherwise she would have been in trouble. It's gone straight through to Ahern behind the stumps for a dot ball. Kent are 2 for none after the first.
Yeah, big over there for Caitlin Belcher, just 2 off the over as she was going through, and I'm sure we'll see her bowl her full 4 today. The expectation ultimately for these bowlers to take wickets at the start and look to put the pressure back onto Kent. Kent, as you said, similar start to Gloucestershire, but really will be wanting to get some boundaries, get that first crucial one. It sort of sets you off then in that way.
It is going to be some spin at the River Tap end. Charlie Phillips, don't be confused, there are 2 Charlie Phillips in this team. They're both spinners. I was about to say this one's a spinner. That doesn't doesn't help you, does it?
No, indeed. Charlie Phillips and Charlotte Phillips, I think, is the way to try and distinguish, but you're right. Charlie Phillips bowling now from the taff end.
Right arm off spin into Gordon. It goes straight through to the keeper for a dot ball.
Maybe a little bit slower than she was expecting. I think her bat was through nearly before the ball had even passed her. She's going to need to wait for it a little bit longer here.
Worked straight back to Phillips by Gordon for no run.
2 dots again, building that pressure, Gloucestershire here, putting the pressure back on the Kent batters for them to do something.
And it's gone straight through to Ahern once more for a third consecutive dot ball. Gordon really struggling to time the off spin of Charlie Phillips.
Yeah, 3 dot balls, especially in Vitality Blast cricket, is huge, isn't it? Really putting that pressure on.
And she will, and it's taken! It's taken in the inner ring for Gloucestershire's first of the game. Gordon has to depart for just 1 run. Kent are 2 for 1. What an outstanding start for Gloucestershire.
Yeah, that's massive, isn't it? It's that pressure being built all the time by those dot balls. Amy Gordon then getting in ahead, trying to play a big shot over the ring, just couldn't quite time it, and in the end, a relatively soft dismissal for a very good batter.
It was an easy take for Izzy Patel in that point region, cover region even. Celebrations galore, Gloucestershire, what a start.
Yeah, they'll be really happy with that, and ultimately it comes from that pressure that Caitlin Belcher put on her first over, just the 2 off it there. No runs yet in this over, and again it does feel like the run rate is going to be mounting here for Kent, and they'll have that in the back of their minds. Batter coming in then for Kent, as we've got here.
I believe it is Zina Bilal? It is Zina. Is it Zina Bilal? Bit of confusion. Wait, no, it's not. It's Maddie Blinkhorn-Jones. Completely different pedigree of player, the wicket-keeper batter for Kent as Phillips comes in. And she will get off the mark first ball. Waited for it in her crease, and they'll come through for a second. Immediately cracked the timing that Gordon couldn't quite get a hold of.
Yeah, she's coming with a bit of intensity there. As you say, the wicket-keeper batter. We didn't quite get her at the start, but she is here now. Hopefully for Kent, looking to stay and make her mark. Already 200 in terms of the strike rate.
Her long ponytail hiding her name and number, making it tough for us up in the commentary box as Phillips comes in. And it's worked down the track straight back to her. Bringing about the end of the second over. Kent are 4 for 1.
Yeah, big over for Charlie Phillips. Decision then for Liv Daniels. Do you keep those 2 bowlers on, or do you mix it up? And imagine we're going to see a lot more of Charlie Phillips and Caitlin Belcher at this early stage of the game.
We are indeed. It is going to be Caitlin Belcher to continue at the Cathedral Road end with her right arm. Very quick pace. One of the quickest in Tier 2. They have a really quick pace attack, Gloucestershire, with Alice Bird as well, who will probably see come on after the power play.
Yeah, definitely, and it gives that change, doesn't it, when you've got pace at one end and spin at the other end, confusing the batters, making them adjust every time.
And it's gone straight through to the keeper, first ball. Streets can't quite time it. She's trying to work it through the offside. Another dot ball for Belcher. She's really building them.
Yeah, and every time that dot ball, then the batter is fully aware of what they need to do. Streets here, 1 off 5 deliveries so far. She'll be looking again to play a shot, hopefully not a shot that gets her caught.
We have got a slip in play. I believe it is the skipper, Liv Daniels, at slip as Belcher comes in. And it's gone straight through to the keeper again. A 6th dot ball for Caitlin Belcher in this spell. Just 2 runs conceded off 1.2 overs for her so far.
Yeah, you don't see slip fielders all the time, do you? But I think the nature of what Coco Streets is trying to do with the ball and the way that Belcher is getting that ball in there, it looks like it could be a really crucial position actually for Liv Daniels in there. And hopefully if one comes to her, that she takes that catch.
Belcher building early pressure here for Gloucestershire coming into Streets. And she's managed to get it away, Streets, and it will run away for 4. A lovely drive through the offside for the first boundary of the game. Kent at 8 for 1.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see from the batter, isn't it? Trying to get the pressure off their shoulders a little bit, piercing the field as she does there. Very happy, even with the slip fielder in to sort of throw her hand a little bit more out into the covers, and she does so very nicely, as you say, for the first boundary of Kent's innings.
Streets on quite the run of form across tournaments this year, as Belcher has a little stutter and goes back to the top of her mark, coming in once more. And it's worked away this time through the leg side, and they'll come through for a quick single, and she's home. Direct hit might have been in trouble, but it was a good dive from Streets.
Yeah, I was going to say, she got her back down, didn't she? She knew where the fielder was, knew it was going to be tight, and managed to get there anyway. Interestingly, Coco Street scoring 66 against Gloucestershire when they played them in the pool stages. So, again, she'll be looking to put a similar innings in today.
Blinkhorn Jones on strike, her first taste of Caitlin Belcher this game. And she's bowled her straight through the gate of Blinkhorn Jones. Maybe not quite anticipating the level of pace coming her way. An outstanding start for Gloucestershire. Kent to 9 for 2.
I was going to say, it's the first delivery she's facing. She's faced the slower spin at the other end. It's exactly what we're talking about, having that fast one from one end, slower from the other end, really encouraging the batters to try and adapt as they can, and she wasn't able to in those circumstances. Caitlin Belcher proving as dangerous as ever for Gloucestershire in their bowling attack.
Kent are in early trouble here. They've lost Blinkhorn Jones, who scored 50 last time out, for them to really get them over the line.
A new batter then coming to the crease here. We've got Kelly Castle, I believe, as she's making her way out. Looking again to see what she can do for her team. Trying to score runs, 141 so far in the competition. And again, trying to make that today as she goes through.
Kelly Castle, the 28-year-old pro cricket experience for her. She was a captain in the regional era from 2020 to 2023, I believe, of Sunrisers. Went on to join Essex ahead of their debut pro season last year. Has made the step down to Tier 2 cricket, but can really perform with bat in hand. And it's wayward from Belcher. It will be given a wide down the leg side.
Yeah, she's really pushing Caitlin Belcher on that line and that length, getting it right in on the batter's toes, and just gone a little bit down there, and signalled a wide from the umpire. First wide of the game. I think it may be the first wide of both innings. Actually, I think Kent bowling quite tidily through there, and again, Caitlin Belcher's going to be wanting to try and get back on it with the form she's had.
One more legal delivery for Belcher in the second over of her spell, coming into the right-handed Kelly Castle. And it's wide, this time down the offside, maybe losing her line slightly here.
Yeah, she's overcompensated, hasn't she? Going down the leg on the first one and then quite wide outside that off stump. No real question of whether or not it's a wide for the umpire. You want to see her then just finishing the over as strongly as she started it, with a nice straight one to finish.
We often see bowlers overcompensating for leg side wide. She'll be hoping this will be the last of her spell, coming in again to Castle. And it will, it's worked through the offside, but it will be a dot ball well stopped in the inner ring, taking Kent to 11 for 2 from 3 overs.
Yes, exactly what you'd expect. Those two wide just sort of giving Kent a little bit more, relieving that pressure for them. But ultimately they know they've got a big chase here on their hand. The required rate 8.8 and current run rate at 3.7. So when they're going through now, they're going to be looking to do as much as they can and make the most of those wider deliveries.
Streets and Castle having a conversation. They need a partnership here. For Kent, it's a steep old total, 160 needed to win. It's going to be Charlie Phillips to continue at the River Taff End. 1 for 2 from her one over.
Yeah, big sort of turning point in the game, isn't it? If Gloucestershire can get another wicket here, then the pressure really does build even more so for Kent.
Phillips into Streets. And it's just caught the edge of Street's bats, and it's a diving effort from Alice Bird in the inner ring. She can't quite get to it, but it will be cut off by Izzy Patel as they come through for a second.
Yeah, she picks it up, doesn't she, after the other Alice Bird, as you say, there sort of dives for it in the field, not really being able to get to it. They'll be disappointed to have those runs, but cannot be happy to have 2s and 4s where they can. a slight field adjustment based on what we've just seen.
She's tried to sweep it away her streets, and it's been given! Phillips with her second of the game. Coco Streets has to walk. The in-form batter for Kent. Kent are in tatters, 13 for 3.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge, isn't it? And umpire's gone straight up, no real question there from him. Whole team in support there of Charlie Phillips and what she can do. We've seen it from her in the game so far, and she's here today again, delivering what we know. Those 2 wides didn't relieve enough pressure. Kent really feeling it now as they're coming in. Elsa Barnfather will be the new batter for Kent. She'll know what she has to do for her team today. Just 42 runs for her in the Vitality Blast so far, and a big challenge for Kent to get near that 159, 160 to win ultimately.
As we see a replay of that wicket, she just could not get hold of it. Coco Streets completely exposing her front pad.
It's the right idea, wasn't it, with the field that they've got? They've got a deep mid-wicket and no deep square leg, so there was an option to sweep there, but just didn't quite execute it in the way that she got down.
Charlie Phillips having the spell of her life for Gloucestershire in this final, 2 for 4 from 1.2 overs so far for her. Elsa Barnfather, the right-hander on strike for her first of the game. And it's worked very politely into the inner ring for a dot ball.
Yeah, a lot of respect now for the bowler, knowing that she can't quite get that sweep off, given that Charlie Phillips is bowling, really attacking those stumps.
What above, away over the inner ring by Barnfather, and it's cut off on the boundary, and they come through. They did not come through for a second. It was just the single then. You'd like to think at this stage you need to be pushing those 2s, and I think she would have been safely home.
Yeah, I'd imagine quite an easy 2 actually, given where the fielder was looking to turn and go was the expectation. But Catley Castle will be on strike now from this end and looking to do similar, going over the top, playing those shots and making the most of the power play.
Into Castle, and it's worked into the point region. It's a misfield from Alice Bird. It will evade her. Izzy Patel charging after it. She'll cut it off just before it crosses the rope. They come through for a second that time round.
Yeah, this is what Kent will be trying to do, put that pressure back on. One big shot, and it does feel as though Gloucestershire have felt it in that 2 that they've had just then. Gloucestershire will be wanting to restrict as much as they can and realistically get out of the heat as quickly as possible.
And it's taken by Alice Bird at point. Kelly Castle has played it straight to Bird. Kent is 16 for 4 here. Charlie Phillips, 3 wickets for her for just 7 runs from 2 overs. Kent are in real trouble.
Yeah, an absolutely outrageous over from Charlie Phillips there, really showing what she can do. And sometimes it does happen in these competitions. The pressure at the moment is just too much. And that run rate building every time. Batters are playing shots now as they come in. They've got time. They can build an innings. These are good batters. But Gloucestershire breaking every partnership, as we can see. As you said there, Rosa 16 for 4. Not what you would expect at this stage of the game.
It was a wider delivery from Phillips, and Castle almost chasing after it. She was quite far back in her crease. She was having to reach for it, and she's worked it straight to Alice Bird. Confidence as well for Bird after that misfield to take that catch.
Yeah, definitely. That's what you want to see from your fielders, bouncing back, even if there's a drop, a misfield, whatever it may be, knowing that the next chance is just around the corner, and it really was there for Alice Bird. Takes that one very cleanly, no question. It will be a change of bowling then from the Cathedral Road end as Liv Daniels, the captain, will have an over here.
It is going to be the skipper once again, Gloucestershire's leading wicket taker for the 2nd year in a row, the youngest captain in Tier 2, a local to Cardiff, a Cardiff Met student, a Glamorgan Academy player, but a Gloucestershire Pathway product. A lot to say about Liv as she comes in to Elsa Barnfather. And it's a wide delivery, but it's fallen just inside the lines. Barnfather coming back in her crease, couldn't quite get hold of it.
Yeah, it's come right across, hasn't it? It did look a little bit wide, but yeah, we're still within that line there.
Better line, it's gone straight through to Ahern behind the stumps for a second dot ball. Genevieve Gier getting herself G'd up at the non-strikers end, the new batter. Work to do for her here. And it's worked up above Daniel's head. It will be collected by Amelie Monday just in front of us, the sweeping boundary rider for a single.
Yeah, the thing that we're wanting to do, now that they're on top 17 for 4, you want to be saying don't change anything. Keep it going, keep going through the motions. You've got your fielders out, let them have the singles. It's not enough at this stage. So interesting to see you've still got the 2 fielders out from Gloucestershire here.
Gier making her mark, getting ready to face Daniels, the biggest wicket-taking threat in this team, which is a rather terrifying prospect for Kent, who are already 17 for 4, as Daniels comes in. And she's tried to work it through the offside. It's gone straight through to Ahern once again. A lovely line and length here from Liv Daniels. Stump to stump.
Really getting across, isn't she? And having that line just outside the off stump here.
And it's a wider delivery. It will fall safe within the lines. A 4th dot for Daniels this over.
Yeah, good over her, even though, it did look a little bit wider. You wondered if she was going to throw her hands, but a dot ball for Daniels.
And she's come down the track, and she will advance down the track. It's a great diving stop, however, from Emily Geach in that cover region. They come through for a single, just 2 from the over. Kent at 18 for 4 from 5.
Again, keeping that pressure on, isn't it? Every fielder here contributing and looking to see what they can do to restrict. Kent will be very aware of the big challenge they've got on their hands. 2 batters in, Barnfather and Gier, looking to make their mark on the game here. That required rate all the way up now to 9.5, highest it's been so far this game.
It's a tough old climb now for Kent, and we're going to continue seeing Charlie Phillips. You'd like to think
be surprised,
3 for 7 from 2 overs so far. A ridiculous spell from the off spinner. Genevieve Gier with her first taste of Phillips this game. She'll be hoping for better fortune than her Kent teammates. Phillips into Gier. And she's just worked it into the offside for a dot.
Yeah, Geach looking quite attacking there in that mid-off position on both sides, looking to restrict singles as she does there.
Worked again. Oh, she's just caught the under edge of Genevieve Gier's bat. There's 2 fielders chasing after it, Alice Bird and Caitlin Boucher. They won't stop it. It goes away for a much-needed 4 for Kent, taking them to 22 for 4.
Yeah, it says 4 in the run book, doesn't it? They'll be happy with that. And again, trying to get as many boundaries as they can, as many runs as they can here to relieve that pressure. But yeah, not a surprise to see Charlie Phillips having her 3rd over here, given what she's done so far for her team.
And it's the only really run scored off her as she comes in again to Gier. And it's worked this time into the leg side for a single. Better timing from Gier.
Yes, definitely. Batters are getting their eyes in a little bit more, seeing what they can do, taking those singles, taking those chances, and probably trying to keep it low risk as they go through. I'd be surprised to see any reverse sweeps at this stage.
Phillips in again to Barnfather. It's blocked very politely down the track back to her.
Yeah, again, a lot of respect, isn't it, for Charlie Phillips, given what she's done already so far in this game, and hoping ultimately these batters to stay in and score some runs.
They'll be hoping to see off Charlie Phillips as well, for sure, as she comes in once more. And it's worked through the point region, but it will be another dot ball, a tail of Charlie Phillips' spell.
Yeah, good ball and a good shot, but yes, a dot ball for the batter there. She'll be looking again, last ball of the over, looking to see where she can relieve this pressure.
And it's worked again to the point region. And I'll scan through for a single. And she's gone. Surely she's gone. It was a risky run to Alice Bird at point. It was Genevieve Gier coming through. She can't get there. Even a dive and she was in trouble. Kent have lost their 5th. They're 23 for 5.
You just thought, even in that over, you've got the 4, you've got the single. They needed to sort of stay calm even with the dots building, and they couldn't. Okay, the batters are there running through. Gier trying to get in, didn't set off. There was no confusion, but she was nowhere near it.
The 9th dot ball of Charlie Phillips' spell as we see a replay of this run out. Barnfather making the early call, leaving Zena in all sorts of trouble.
Really difficult. Good throw from the fielder, taken quite cleanly by the wicketkeeper. No real chance. Liv Daniels very happy with that, and very happy with the position that she's got her team in here, and continuing to bowl for Liv Daniels from the Cathedral Road end. Just 2 runs off her first over.
They're a dynamic fielding team, Gloucestershire. They really get behind each other, and you see that in the celebrations. They're a team who've undergone a lot of change. They had 2 coaches last season. Fran Wilson has really steadied them at the helm, and it's safe to say that Fran will be absolutely delighted with this.
Yeah, definitely. It's the exact start you would want. So almost a story you couldn't write so far, but they're going to keep taking wickets. It's Holly Young is the new batter in for Kent at the non-strikers end. Elsa Barnfather on strike here.
Liv Daniels coming in, and it's worked straight into the inner ring for a dot ball. It's unfortunate for Kent as Genevieve Gier was starting to see the timing starting to get going and maybe put in a bit of a difficult position by Elsa Barnfather.
Yeah, sort of sold down the river a little bit, wasn't she there?
As she's tried to sweep it through the leg side, Elsa Barnfather, she can't quite get hold of it. It's gone straight through to Meg Ahern behind the sticks.
Yeah, still keeping going with their shots and things, but that run rate is rising all the time.
Daniels in again, and it's worked away for a single, the first run of the over.
Again, Gloucestershire won't mind that at all. These singles, things like that, it doesn't hurt in terms of the bigger target. And there's a long way to go from Kent. They'll be very aware of that with the pressure mounting all the time as Holly Young takes her mark to face her first ball of the game.
Daniels hunting for her first wicket of the day. The top wicket taker for Gloucestershire this season, been really dangerous with ball in hand, the 20-year-old. And she's tried to work it through the offside. Holly Young can't time it again, gone through for Ahern for the 3rd dot of the over.
Yeah, it's the timing, isn't it? Is what they're struggling with. Struggling to sweep, struggling to play that shot here, and struggling to get it off the wicket in that way.
Blocked by Young. 4th dot for Daniels. Just 3 runs conceded from 1.5 overs for her.
Yeah, it'd be great for her to get another dot, isn't it, at this stage of the game?
Or even a wicket as she comes in to Holly Young. Oh, and it's Holly Young's just got the under edge of her bat on that as Monday comes through to collect it for a single, taking Kent 25 for 5 at the conclusion of the 7th.
Yeah, a little bit more flighted, wasn't it, there from Liv Daniels. Gave the opportunity to sort of come down and play that shot as Young did there. She'll be wanting to get in, make an opportunity, have a partnership here with Barnfather and see what they can do together to get much closer to the score than they currently are. It's 25 for 5 for Kent. I'm not sure that anyone would have predicted that necessarily, as we're at 7 overs of the game gone.
That run rate as well, now well above 10. They're currently 3.6. They need 135 quick maths from Rosa there as Alice Bird comes on for her first spell of the game. The right arm, dynamic, quick pace.
Yeah, it's a big ask, isn't it? And Gloucestershire have not letting up in terms of their bowling attack. As you say, Alice Bird there, another pace bowler, having that opportunity to come in and do what we know she can do.
Bird into Young. And it's a lovely delivery to start things up, and they'll come through for a single.
Yeah, just 2 wickets in the competition for Alice Bird, but at this stage of the game you'd imagine she's looking to take some more where she can, join her teammates in that way and keep the pressure on, given what Liv Daniels has just done in the last over.
She's a bowler who maybe has struggled for consistency at times this season when she's accurate. With her line and length, she's incredibly dangerous and difficult to play, but showing her inexperience slightly with that varying line.
Yeah, once you give the batters a bit of width, that's when they can really maximise, and it gets your head down a little bit as a bowler.
worked away by Barnfather. It will be a dot ball. Great start this from Bird.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of movement actually that she's getting there, just coming in a little bit to the batter. I'm going to put that seed of doubt there in their mind as to what shots they can play, not trying to play the shots too early. It's something that we've seen consistently throughout Kent's innings so far, struggling to time it with their shots.
Worked straight back, an almost straight back to her for another dot ball. Joined Gloucestershire last season, Alice Bird. Initially came through the Somerset pathway. She's currently a media student at Loughborough University. She has a podcast. Do check it out, the Extra Cover podcast, where she discusses off-the-pitch issues with guests to do with neurodivergency, mental health. It's a really fascinating listen as she comes in to Elsa Barnfather. And it's worked away by Barnfather, and it will fall just short of the boundary sweeper as they come through for a single.
Yeah, a little bit harder to make that one a catch, I think, to be honest, and definitely the right decision there not to dive forward, just restrict Kent at every opportunity. A big shot, if they can only get it away for one, then that puts the pressure back on them, and Holly Young now facing will be feeling the pressure of that.
It would have been a catch for the ages, it's safe to say, from Emily Monday if she got her hands on that one.
Definitely.
Bird into Young. Upwards, and it will go over the head of Monday. She stayed firm to her ground, maybe losing it slightly in the sun. A step back, and that may have been taken.
Yeah, I was talking of catch of the ages for Monday, that would have been a good one as well. Sort of she's a tall girl in that position there, could have an opportunity to do it, but yeah, didn't make any movement, and therefore ball gone straight over her head.
Erratic batting as well from Kent here, as they're definitely feeling the pressure. Bird into Young. And it's worked through the leg side for a single.
I would say Gloucestershire will make sure they want to keep doing the basics well, keep stopping the ball, keep getting it in, stop those boundaries, make sure it's singles, and that looks to be what they are doing at every stage of the game.
Bringing about the end of the 8th over, Kent are 30 for 5. The DLS total, which is a good indicator as to where they're at, is at 86. They need 130 to win at a 10.83 run rate. It's a tough old climb.
Looks like Alice Hill will be coming on to bowl then from the Cathedral Road end. Another well-known spin bowler, taking 7 wickets so far in this competition. So again, she's going to be looking to see what she can do as part of this process.
They like their spin at Gloucestershire, and they very well. They produce a lot of them. Hill coming through the Gloucestershire pathway. She made a debut in 2014 as a 14-year-old for Gloucestershire, so she's really seen through the ages with this side. And it's upwards, and it's taken a wicket first ball for Alice Hill. What a moment for the pathway bowler. Kent being taken to 30 for 6 off 8.1 overs.
Yeah, an absolute collapse for Kent, really. In the catch we were talking about for Emily Monday, she has taken it. The first 2 weren't really opportunities. That one was, and she takes it very cleanly there in that way. Gloucestershire well and truly on top here, and Kent really struggling to get any batters going as they keep coming out and keep going out.
Holly Young trying to force those runs, trying to hit over Monday to get that 6. It wasn't on. You can see why at this point they're so far away from that run rate. They're currently going at 3.67. They need nearly 11 and over now.
New batter then coming in for Kent. We've got Zina Bilal will be joining Elsa Barnfather at the crease. An opportunity for her to produce something with the bat. 22 runs that she's scored so far in Vitality Blast. So a real opportunity for her to come out and do something today. But it does feel as though it may be a little too late.
Wicket first ball for Alice Hill. Can she get some more in this spell as Zina Bilal marks her crease? Having a look around at the fielding placements. She's got to score runs, and she's got to score them quickly here for Kent. Barnfather have run 4 from 14 deliveries as Hill comes in. And it's worked past her by Bilal, and it will go past the inner ring fielder. They decide not to go for the second.
Yeah, it's a lovely confident shot actually from Bilal there to start her innings. A 1-off-1, similar to what we saw for Gloucestershire as they were going through, and that would be the expectation that she continues with that as she goes.
Amelie Monday, by the way, an absolute ball magnet in the field, probably not eagerly so after a long spell batting in the heat as Hill comes in, and she's tried to sweep it away, Barnfather, and it's caught an edge and they'll come through for a single.
Yeah, it is safe there, isn't it? They're trying to do everything they can to get these runs here. 4 of 14 for Barnfather. That may 5 of 15. Doesn't sound like it's enough at this stage of the game. They're going to need to get some boundaries.
Bilal back on strike, the fourth of the over, as it's worked straight to Emily Geach in that short cover region-ish, as they get another dot ball. The dot ball pressure from this Gloucestershire bowling attack has been phenomenal. And they'll get one more, as it is a lovely diving effort from Liv Daniels to prevent the ball getting through.
Yeah, fantastic from their captain. They're keeping the pressure on. I think even at this stage, to be honest, even singles are still building the pressure. It's not going to be enough for Kent.
And it's straight to Daniels once more for another dot ball. The third consecutive dot ball. 1 for 2 from Alice Hill from that over. Kent, 32 for 6 with 11 to come.
Very, very strong from Gloucestershire, and if they are the ones that come out victorious on this, they will be taking a lot of confidence into that next game against Glamorgan. You imagine with what we've got now, 32 for 6, that's the way it's likely to go. But that's the thing about T20s, you never quite know.
We're going to see some more pace from the ever-dynamic Alice Bird. 5 runs from her first over. She'll be hunting for her first wicket here.
Like we said, keeping it with that sort of pace option, spin option, mixing it around a little bit for Gloucestershire, seeing what they can do, and everyone ultimately contributing with wickets here.
And she's tried to scoop it as Elsa Barnfather. Ahern chasing after it. She stood back. She can't get to it, and they scamper through for a single.
Yeah, it was gloves off, wasn't it, as she looked to retrieve that ball, stop any further runs. Fielders coming in, Caitlin Belcher there off the boundary to see what she could do, but yeah, just the one for Kent.
Bird readying at the top of her mark. Bilal on strike. And it's worked beautifully through the offside, and it will go away for 4. A stunning drive from Bilal.
Yeah, that is a lovely shot, to be honest. Gives her 5 off 5 back up to the 100 strike rate, what everyone's trying to get to keep the runs going. She'll take confidence from that and look to do that again for her team. Scoring a nice 4 there. Not much Gloucestershire could do in terms of their field. Let's put pressure on them to leave that fielder out there. They've left a deep cover now to cut off that. Like we said, giving them singles. That's what Gloucestershire want to do, and Kent ultimately trying to get those boundaries.
Bilal on strike once more, and she's tried to work it through the same region. It's gone straight through to Ahern behind the stumps for a dot.
Yeah, didn't quite get to the wicketkeeper actually. She's tried to go down there, almost diving in front of her for a relatively tricky pick-up for what was ultimately just a dot ball.
Bird comes in once more. And it's gone off the edge of Bilal's bat. Ahern was not going to get to it, but it was a promising sign for Bird. They come through for the second.
Yeah, that's almost what we saw earlier on with the Liv Daniels when she was in slip position for Caitlin Belcher. You imagine whether or not there's a conversation to be had about whether or not they want to slip in now or whether or not they want to just restrict the runs.
2 to come in this Bird over, still hunting for her first. And it's worked straight to the ever-busy Emily Geach.
So she gets the ball a lot there, doesn't she, at mid-off in that way. Just the one sort of delivery she didn't pick up cleanly at the start, but now no question and no run ultimately to Emily Geach in that position. Fielders all taking confidence from each other in what they're doing.
Bird in for the last of her second over. and it's worked through the offside for a single, taking Kent to 40 for 6 from 10.
Yeah, similar position to where she played her shot early, actually, wasn't it, Bilal? And now they've got the fielder out there. Doesn't give her that opportunity to get the boundary that she wants, but she'll be happy to take the singles, keep building. Lots of time ultimately left in this game as we are halfway, with 10 overs remaining, 10 overs gone. But a big mission here for Kent to get near that 159 that Gloucestershire got earlier on in their innings.
We should say, if you're enjoying the action here today, there's another Blast Finals Day coming at you this Friday at the Oval in London, Durham, Surrey, Hampshire. And, I'm on a blank as Hill comes in to Bilal, and it's worked upwards. It will fall safe as they come through for a two even.
Yeah, they scampered away there, haven't they? The fielder sort of coming round, trying to pick that up, and as they do so, getting those 2 runs that they want.
And the Blaze, how dare I forget my Midlands connection, the semi-finalists. Who will play who is yet to be confirmed as Hill comes into Bilal. And it's upwards, it will fall safe. Emily Monday coming around comfortably to collect it for 1.
Again, just not very much pressure for Gloucestershire here. They look like they're going through the motions a little bit. Kent batters trying to do what they can, but ultimately not getting much luck with that.
Hill into Barnfather, and she swept it, and it was an early shot revelation, but it's worked beautifully. It's going to be Alice Bird chasing after it. She's not going to get there. It will run away for 4. Kent 47 for 6.
Yeah, it did feel like they needed a shot, something to release it, given that we've got deep square leg, deep mid-wicket, long on and a deep cover. There was going to have to be something relatively unconventional, and that's what we saw there with that reverse sweep for Barnfather, proving very successful for her, and nice 4 runs for Kent.
She's... I almost overcorrected there, Alice Hill, going down the leg side. They will come through for a single. I don't think there was any bat involved, and it's been given a wide.
Because it did look a little bit wide on that side. I wondered whether or not she got any bat on it. I wonder if she had, probably would have raced away for 4 runs with no fielder out there.
It was a late wide call from the umpire, which was interesting as Hill comes into Bilal. Worked through the offside, the diving can't get there, and it will run away for another 4. Bilal with quite the knock here for Kent, but maybe too little too late. 53 for 6.
Yeah, she's come in, hasn't she, really, and played her innings, got her boundaries, running well between the wickets and looking to see what she can do. It would be interesting to see how long this continues for Kent, given what they know they've got to do in these next overs.
Worked away by Bilal, and they will come through for a cheeky single. 1 more to come from Hill in this over.
Yeah, good over again, looking to go through. A little bit more expensive than the others have been for her, but again, she's not going to mind too much, given that she's taken a nice wicket in the previous over.
Hill in to Barnfather. Worked upwards, it's up, it's high in the air, and it will be taken. Izzy Patel well set underneath it. Barnfather has to go. Kent lose their 7th wicket. 54 for 7.
Now, you did wonder there whether or not bowler, keeper and that field were going to sort of collide in that way, but Izzy Patel, taking responsibility, getting right underneath that ball, perfect in that setup, and no question then once she's underneath it. That's what you want to see from the fielders, coming in and setting themselves in that way. She's very happy with her catch, and rightly so. And again, given what we've just been saying with regards to run rate, etc., it looked like Kent were trying to get back on top, and they were doing so, and that wicket again is just going to stop them right there in their tracks.
And the incoming batter for Kent, number 25, Isabella James.
It does bring, I would tell you who it's brought to the crease. Again, these long numbers on the back of the shirt.
I believe it's Isabella James that is coming to the crease now.
That looks right to me. It is going to be James. Productive with ball in hand earlier. Much earlier coming in with bat than she would have been and Kent would have been hoping.
Yes, definitely. She'll be looking to make her mark at this stage, but ultimately more difficult to challenge the lower down the order we get. Liv Daniels then returning to bowl from the River Taff end, looking to see what she can do. She's changed ends, previously bowling from the Cathedral Road.
Ever versatile, Liv Daniels, as she comes in to Bilal. Oh, and it's gone straight through to the keeper. I'm not quite sure how she hasn't got an edge on that, Bilal.
I thought it was going to be a wicket there. It looked like we would have something, to be honest. Liv Daniels again getting that line right across the batters, making them look very uncomfortable in what they're trying to do.
Daniels in again, worked straight back to her for a dot ball, the second consecutive dot of the over.
Yes, that line across and then just coming in a little bit with her spin and looking to make it difficult for Bilal to play here.
Into Bilal, worked straight to Alice Bird at point, a third ball and a third no run.
Again, with dot pressure coming up now, you're going to wonder whether or not a big shot is coming for Bilal. Is she going to use her feet and look to try and pierce the field in that way like she did earlier on?
Worked through the offside, past the diving Alice Bird. They'll come through for a single. Think about the second. They decide not to take on the arm of Izzy Patel.
Right decision, I think. They're really, neither batter really set off that quickly, and once you haven't gone at the beginning, you're going to struggle more to turn that into a two, and right decision ultimately made there for Kent.
2 to come in this Daniels over, just the 1 from it so far.
A little bit of a field change then, bringing someone round to 45 and the third man.
Oh, and it's worked away by James rather unconvincingly for a dot ball.
Yeah, really nice line there from Liv Daniels. She's found it and she's settled right into there, attacking the stumps, coming across the batter and turning it in.
And it's worked straight back to Daniels to conclude her over, just the 1 from it, just 5 runs for her off her 3 overs so far. Kent a 55 for 7. They need 105 to win from 8 overs. It's looking increasingly unlikely, I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, I'm never gonna say a percentage on commentary, but I was gonna say increasingly unlikely is probably as close as you'll get us to a definitive answer there. I'd agree with you, Rosa. But yeah, looking really difficult for Kent at the late stage to this game. 8 overs remaining and 105 needed.
Returning to bowl at the Cathedral Road end, number 44, Holly Young.
It is going to be Caitlin Belcher to come back on some more pace at the Cathedral Road end, probably wanting to get through these Kent batters now, get inside, get into the cool to get ready for a final against Glamorgan. Coming into Bilal, and it's done well to get back on that Bilal. She's worked it through the leg side for a single.
Yeah, definitely. I think the best outcome you could get as Gloucestershire here, as you say, is getting off the pitch as quick as they can now, securing that victory, getting back in the shade, and then setting themselves up ready for that next game against Glamorgan. That's what they'd want. So a long time out here for pace bowlers and things like that, to be able to give a rest to them. That's going to help them in their next game.
Belcher coming in to James. And it's gone down the leg side. It will be given as a wide.
Yeah, again, just struggling to keep that consistency with her line here. Again, you're going to be wanting to do that, bowling that Yorker length as she does. Really dangerous for batters, but only if it's on the stumps. Those wide balls can be happy with every single one of them. Means a run and another opportunity to score runs.
Belcher in for her third of the spell. Second legal delivery, as it's worked above her for a single.
Yeah, again, out to that long off position where Emily Geach is now fielding, no longer in the ring, but still causing the batters problems, picking it up nice and cleanly and getting it in that way.
Caitlin Belcher coming in to Zina Bilal in hunt for her second wicket of the game. And it's a lovely full delivery. They scamper through for a single. The diving Liv Daniels can't cut it off.
It's picked up cleanly though from Emily Geach, as we've just been talking about, in that way, and playing a crucial part then in this role. They've still got the 4 fielders out, still not really giving Kent much opportunity to score runs, and that's exactly what they'd want to be doing, restrict as much as they can.
It's wayward from Boucher, wide down the off side.
Yeah, it is that wide we saw second ball, then was just by leg. That one then much wider outside off stump. She is struggling with that consistency, but when she's on the stumps, she is dangerous. You want to see her now finishing her over in that way, getting through the legal deliveries and seeing what she can do for her team.
Boucher into James. And she's pulled out of her run-up. She'll have to do that one again. Any pace bowlers I know, they do not enjoy having to do an additional run.
No, and it is a long run-up, isn't it? Nearly on the ring there, I think, when she gets all the way back to her mark. So really going through the paces, getting to max speed then when she's at the crease and looking to put the pressure on the batters.
As James takes strike, Boucher coming in. And she's hit it through the offside, straight into the hands of Liv Daniels. It was a lovely drive for none.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want as Gloucestershire, isn't it? Even if there's a good shot or anything like that, still stopping the runs as Kent is just going to be frustrating in the building of that pressure, looking to get singles, boundaries where they can here in the final stages.
Boucher coming in right arm to right arm, as it's a lovely delivery, a little bit slower pace off from Caitlin Boucher. It is wide, but it has fallen inside the line. James can't get it away.
Yeah, much better line there from Boucher. You imagine similar delivery now will be coming for the final ball of this over. She'll be happy, I think, to put her cap back on and rest up a little bit as we go into it.
And it's a full delivery from Boucher, and it has been given a no ball, worked through the leg side, plus a single on top. She'll have to bowl that one again.
Yeah, she's struggling. It was line that was the issue earlier on. Now we've got a little bit of an issue with the length. No ball signalled by the umpire, and ultimately giving Kent an opportunity to score more runs.
Can't be out on a free hit unless it's a run out. It is Bilal on strike, 19 from 19 for her. And she's tried to reverse sweep it, almost a hockey type shot, but she can't get it away. It will be a dot ball. Kent a 62 for 7 from 13, 7 overs to come and 98 to win.
I love a sweep shot, but I'm not sure that was the shot to that kind of bowling. You'd probably want to see Bilal using her feet, as we've seen her do almost at the beginning of her innings, coming down the wicket and trying to hit it over the top, back right at the media centre. And what we saw then was no connection. It's probably too fast to be able to play that shot. She looked to be miles behind the ball as it was coming through from Boucher. Boucher probably quite happy to finish that over there. Looked a little bit difficult for her getting through. And you wonder whether or not she'll have her final over.
We're going to continue with some spin from the Rothesay. We're going to see Charlie Phillips last over, and it will start with a dot as it's worked to the fielder in the inner ring.
Yeah, good to see her bowling her 4, to be honest. At this stage, you'd imagine that was the case, given she's taken 3 wickets already.
And it's upward, and it will fall safe. It was definitely a bit far away from Alice Hill as they come through for a single.
Yeah, no real opportunity was there for a catch, but it still does look a little bit risky from the Kent batters as they're trying to do whatever they can to get runs here.
Worked away by Bilal, but it will just fall to Liv Daniels for a dot ball.
Another dot, pressure building all the time as we're going through. Dot, 1 dot.
In again, it's over the head of Charlie Phillips. They will get through for a run. They won't take on the arm of Amelie Monday for the second.
No, again, I think that's the right decision. She's picked it up cleanly, got it in that way, and no real opportunity or space here for the batters. James then on strike, looking to see what she can do, but again, not much time for her team to come up.
Swept away by James. A lovely shot. They will come through for a single.
Yeah, we talk about momentum shifting in T20 fixtures, but I just feel it hasn't really ever shifted in favour of Kent in this fixture. Gloucestershire really dominating from the start with the batting and then with key wickets for Kent.
Phillips in again, and it's worked. I was about to say past the diving fielder. It's not. Emily Geach has managed to stop it. They do come through for a single. It was a stunning stop from Geach.
Yeah, it's very good from her there. Again, that would be the opportunity, wouldn't it, to get that boundary and get the 4 runs that they sort of desperately want at this stage. But again, no real opportunity from Gloucestershire, looking quite polished as they're going through into these final overs. Emily Geach, then we've spoken about her a few times with her fielding. She will be the bowler then coming on from the Cathedral Road end. Opportunity for her to see what she can do here, knowing that she has taken wickets so far in this competition. It's 6 to her name so far.
It's been a great campaign for Emily Geach and a great day for Charlie Phillips, who has concluded her spell. 3 for 16 for her. Outrageous bowling from the off-spinner. Geach will be hoping to replicate it, but not by spinning it. That would be rather alarming for everyone involved as she comes in to Bilal. And it will be a single to start things off. Caitlin Boucher coming up to collect the ball.
Oh, batter looking like she's struggling, whether or not there's an injury or something there. Just down on the ground at the moment. Again, sort of physio running on to help her, but looks like trouble with one of her legs as she was running through.
It is Zina Bilal. She looked to be in a little bit of pain after playing the shot of the bowling of Geach. We will take a moment to have some drinks while she is checked by the Kent physio. It gives us an opportunity to give you a little roundup of what has happened so far. Kent, of course, chasing Gloucestershire's 159. It was Amelie Munday, the star of the show, at the top of the order. 71 from 49 for her. Backed up nicely by Meg Ahern, the wicketkeeper batter, with 39. There were 3 wickets for Sydney Gorham, who bowled 3 of her allocated overs. 1 for 25 from Holly Young and 1 for 22 from Izzy James. This innings, it's been a tale of the Gloucestershire bowlers, and I'm sure a very happy Fran Wilson in their dugout. Zina Bilal currently top run scorer in the innings, 22 not out from 24. There's been 3 wickets for Charlie Phillips, just 16 runs conceded for her. 1 for 16 from Caitlin Boucher, 2 for 16 from Alice Hill, and we have to give Liv Daniels a shout out. Just 5 runs from her 3 overs.
Yeah, everyone sort of chipping in there, bowling very cleanly for the Gloucestershire innings, as they have done. They'll be enjoying an opportunity to have a little bit of a drink as they go into the final bit, but it's looking very likely that it will be a Glamorgan-Gloucestershire final here this afternoon.
Glamorgan and Gloucestershire have played each other twice already this season. Glamorgan coming out on top of both of those games quite heavily. But Gloucestershire are a young side who I feel have been on a bit of a developmental journey this season and have got stronger throughout, so they're no means one to underestimate.
Yeah, it's what we speak about with the bowlers. Once they get their lines, get their lengths, they can prove to be really dangerous, but that slight bit of inexperience is what gives them the lack of consistency, and then they're not able to build pressure in the same way, and that's where the Glamorgan batters and other teams have been able to dominate. Today, much more consistent with what they've been doing, going through the motions and setting up for effectively a difficult Kent innings.
Zina Bilal is going to be able to continue after a bit of treatment. 5 to come in this Emily Geach over, 1 off the first as she comes in to James. As it's caught the under edge of James's bat, not where she would have wanted it to go, but they come through for a single nonetheless.
I was going to say, at this stage of the game, you'd probably be happy to take the singles, keep running where you can, but they're going to need some more shots if they want to get anywhere near that Gloucestershire total.
Geach into Bilal. And it's worked upwards. And Amelie Monday's chasing after it. She won't get there. It would have been quite the run if she had got to that one. They come through for a single.
Again, not really an opportunity for her. She was near it, but yeah, it would have been a great catch had she been able to get any hand even towards it. But yeah, just the one for Kent as they continue through their innings.
Geach into James. Worked straight back past her. Monday in the action once again, collecting it. And they come through for a single.
Yeah, similar shot, isn't it? Using that opportunity to come down, play their shots down to long on, as you say, sort of collected there quite neatly by Emily Monday and returned nicely to Geach.
Worked by Bilal down the ground. They will come through for a first. They think about the second, not going to take on the arm of Caitlin Boucher, and that, I think, is sensible.
Yeah, there's not real opportunity there, is there? Again, if she's picking up cleanly, things like that, you're going to really struggle to turn that one into a two, especially at this stage, knowing they don't really have wickets in hand. There's not much that they can really do here.
Geach going into James. And it's a lovely Yorker length ball from Geach. James just getting her back down to prevent it going on to the stumps.
Yeah, very full at this stage of the game. It's good to see sort of nearer the death overs ultimately, with just 5 overs remaining, not giving them very much in terms of line and length. Very tidy over from Emily Geach, just 5 off it, and that's what you would expect to see, because ultimately Kent are going to be trying to get everything they can here.
Alice Bird is going to come back into the attack at the River Taff end, still in hunt of her first wicket, as we see some spectators enjoying the sunshine and a lovely day's play. Do come down the final between Glamorgan and we're assuming Gloucestershire will take place at 4, highly anticipated, and should be a great clash. Bird into Bilal, and it's a full delivery. She's hurt herself in the process there, Bilal. She's tried to sweep it. She's already struggled with injury, and she's going to stay down here. This is not a good sight for Kent.
Oh goodness, yeah, not a comfortable thing to see as she's gone down through playing that shot. It looks like an existing injury potential from the over before, something that she's done here. I do think that may be the end of Bilal in terms of the innings. Done everything she can for her team, 24 of 27 so far. And I do fear that may be the end.
She's tried to pivot off that leg, which we think was already a bit vulnerable from that earlier injury, and hasn't been able to get it away, and in the process has potentially done herself some damage. We can hope not, as the Gloucestershire players come round to take the moment for a drink.
Yeah, they're going to be grateful for that drink. And as we saw, it's still sun beating down here at Safari Gardens. A beautiful day for 2 games of cricket.
It is indeed, as we see on the worm, that Kent have never quite been up with the rate, rather far away from it. In fact, it's been a steep old climb for them.
Yeah, a game at T20, you'd want to see some 6s, seeing people playing those big shots. Only the 5 4s for Kent during this innings, as you can see there on that wagon wheel. And looking to see as they go through their innings whether or not there will be any more. But it looks as though we are nearly very, very certain of a Gloucestershire Glamorgan final.
There's some more members of staff, medical staff, make their way onto the pitch to look after Bilal. We do wish her all of the best and hope it's nothing too serious.
Yeah, it's difficult with a leg or something like that. You imagine whether or not a stretcher is needed or whether or not some assistance is needed to help her off the pitch in that way. But she went down quite quickly after playing that shot. Not much opportunity to look like she was able to get back up.
It's never what you want to see on any occasion, let alone an eliminator. This is a day that players really look forward to, so we do really hope there is no lasting damage.
Yeah, definitely. It's all the training and the experiences. That's what it all leads to, is things like these finals day. The girls would have been excited to get to where they have done, and ultimately sort of playing on a stage and being able to perform is what you'd look to do as your cricket journey grows.
Looking elsewhere, there's an awful lot of women's cricket taking place today, including a historic first ever women's test match at Lord's. Yesterday we saw a record-breaking global crowd for a single day at a women's test. It's been a tough old day in the field for England. India are 303 for 7, leading England by 418 runs with 3 wickets remaining. They're in their second batting innings. England were bowled out for 170 yesterday.
Yeah, it really was a momentous occasion, wasn't it, at Lord's? I was there on Friday. Rose was there yesterday, having that opportunity to sort of see it in action on Friday. A real show for players, etc. as we were there, and there was opportunity for ex-England players to be out ringing the bell and showing sort of how far we've come in terms of women's cricket.
And there is a historic moment for Sophie Eccleston, who has taken a 5-wicket haul, 5 for 109 for her. She will be the second woman to make her way onto the Lord's Honours Board for Test match cricket after Gord yesterday, who also took 5.
It was a big day for her as well, wasn't it? Taking those wickets early on took her to be the leading wicket taker for England at international level, going past Catherine Sciver-Brunt in that way. So, yeah, big day. And generally, as we say, for women's cricket, it's huge to see it being played on that stage and having the opportunity to play.
We do have some good news for you. Bilal is up and is moving around, testing out her leg. I don't think she is going to continue. A new batter has come to the crease, and that is probably the sensible decision. There's no reason to risk her at this stage.
I don't know if that's true, Rosa. She's looking to put her pads back on. I wonder whether or not that batter is out here as a runner. But I would have agreed the sensible option potentially would have been to go off at this stage, but it looks like she's strapping that pad back on, ready to play again. She's jumping up and down, trying to see what her leg can do.
It's an interesting call for Kent. You're already 7 down. You're unlikely to chase this total, but can completely understand Zina wanting to give it a crack.
Yeah, definitely. She's been the one that's performed the best with the bat for Kent here today, but it is always difficult after you've gone down. Being able to have a runner and things like that adds an extra complication to the innings, and sometimes does lead to run-outs depending on what it is.
They've had a discussion with the Kent number 5, Maddie Blinkhorn-Jones, who did come out as the runner. They've sent her back, have Kent, so it looks like she's going to try and give this a go and run on this here, Bilal.
I do hope that it's okay for her. It won't make the most comfortable viewing if she does go down again, but hopefully she's satisfied, having done her jumps and things, that she's feeling better and able to do it. A signal of a free hit at this stage.
What a way to have to come back into the fold, hey?
Indeed, looking for something big here, or an opportunity hopefully to get her eye back in after going down the ball before.
Bird into Bilal. It's worked straight back down the pitch by Bilal, and she's managed to hit the wickets at the non-striker's end. An eventful day for her. We should say we are 2 balls, 1 legal ball in to Alice Bird's spell.
She doesn't look comfortable at all, sort of walking around the stumps there, trying to get some sort of movement back into that foot or leg. I'm not certain, but not necessarily giving her the power to be able to hit the shots as she was earlier on in her innings.
Bird in again to Bilal. And it's worked straight back to her. Oh, she's just evaded the hands of Alice Bird, but it will still be a dot ball.
It's difficult when you're not able to push off your legs in the same way. She's got the bat speed, her hands are moving nicely, but you do just wonder whether or not she'll be able to play that nice cover drive that we saw earlier on.
Oh, and it's a beautiful delivery from Alice Bird. It's nipped back in through to the keeper, Ahern. Bilal doing well not to get an under edge on that one.
Yes, indeed. Looking really dangerous here, actually, Bird, in the way that she's attacking those stumps, not giving any room at all, and looking to continue with the form she had in her previous over.
It's worked away by Bilal. It will be picked up by Caitlin Boucher on the boundary as they come through for a single.
Yeah, she's looking for 2, isn't she, Bilal? So hopefully that leg is back up and running as she's gone through. An opportunity ultimately for Isabella James to look to score some runs here too.
James does take strike, 6 from 12 for her so far, as Bird comes in to the 5th of the over, and it's worked away for a dot ball. They do come through for a single. The fielder, I think it's a skipper, Liv Daniels, trying to get a hand to it. She's not quite got a long enough arm, and they do scamper through.
Yeah, she did look like she might have gotten it then. I think the batters were sort of waiting and watching to see what she was going to do, but inevitably then picked up by the deep fielder, Izzy Patel.
Oh, and it's a Yorker length delivery from Alice Bird into Bilal to bring about the end of a phenomenal over. The 2 runs and a no ball from it, taking Kent to 74 for 7, needing 86 to win from 4 overs.
Yeah, it's very good from Bird actually in the way that she's gone about that over and what she'll be able to do. Again, Gloucestershire now probably looking at this stage of the game to build on what they can for the next innings, knowing ultimately that what they do now is going to have an influence on this afternoon.
As we see a lovely image of the Welsh flag flying high as we're at the home of Welsh cricket, Sophia Gardens, readying for their life in professional Tier 1 cricket next year, but they've got a final to play first. They've got the Tier 2 final at 4 p.m. against what's looking increasingly likely to be Gloucestershire. Alice Hill at the Cathedral Road end coming into James, and she swept it onto her pad. It will be a dot ball to start things up.
Yeah, really big day for Glamorgan, a home final, and that's why it makes it so exciting on top of sort of everything they've done so far this season, being able to be here.
And she's tried to work it away, James, through the leg side. Hasn't got any bat on it. It's gone straight through to Ahern for no run.
A similar type of shot, wasn't it, to what she did the ball before? Another sort of sweep attempt.
It's upwards from James, and it will fall safe in front of Izzy Patel. It's a wayward throw, but it does make its way back to Alice Hill. They come through for a single.
Yeah, it was straight, wasn't it? But a few more bounces than you'd want. Gloucestershire looking like they're enjoying the final moments on the field today.
Oh, and she's tried to heave that away, Bilal, but it's gone straight through to Ahern once more for no run.
And another good over from Alice Hill in the way she's bowling and attacking those stumps.
And as a reverse sweep is on from Bilal. She does get it away, but just for the single.
Yeah, quite a straight reverse sweep in that way. Probably a little bit early on it. Ultimately trying usually to play it down sort of behind point region. She's hit that almost nearly to mid-off.
Heaved away by James, and it will be taken by a diving Izzy Patel to give Alice Hill her 3rd wicket of the day. James has to go. Kent at 76 for 8.
Yeah, she's very happy with that. Smiles on her face, is pointing at Amelie Monday. I wonder if they had a conversation about something coming, given the ball we had a few balls ago. Looking like it was in the air, looking like Kent were doing a bit, trying to use their feet. But a very good take from Izzy Patel there in the end, making sure she got that delivery. And again, not letting it out of her hand even when she gets to the ground. Very good there, rolling over and securing that wicket for her team.
It was almost a knee sliding dive, probably not intentionally, so she did very well to keep a hold on that one.
Doing everything she can, wasn't it? Speaking about the women's test yesterday, actually it looked like that ball that went into the slips was sort of parried up, and then another slip fielder took it. That was the 5th wicket, wasn't it, as was taken. It's all about teamwork sometimes to make sure that you're getting those catches, but there, just Izzy Patel taking it very nicely in the end for Gloucestershire.
It is Sydney Gorham walking to the crease, the woman of the moment with ball in hand. 3 wickets for her. She would have hoped to have not had to come out at this stage. I think for Kent here, it's whether they can at least see out this innings and give it a bit of a crack.
Yeah, definitely 3 overs remaining. Again, looking to get maybe up to that 100 mark if possible.
Bilal on strike to the skipper, Liv Daniels, who comes on for her final over. And it will be a 4 to start things off. Caitlin Belcher slightly misjudged the direction of that ball and couldn't get behind it to stop it.
Yeah, difficult there in terms of what she's trying to do. Liv Daniels so far just 5 off her overs, and that nearly doubles it in what she's got there, but still very economical as always is Liv, and I'm wondering whether or not we're going to see some more accuracy there at the stumps in order to get a wicket for her.
Bilal still on strike as it's worked upwards, and they will come through for a single. They will not think about the second. It was a very energetic charge in from the boundary fielder.
Yeah, similar actually to Kent's approach to boundary fielding. They're all a little bit off that field, and it doesn't give an opportunity then for people to turn those ones into twos.
Gorham making her mark on the crease. An opportunity for Daniels here against a new batter to get her first and a very deserved wicket in this game. And it's worked very respectfully to Alice Bird in the inner ring for a dot ball.
Yeah, she has bowled very well, hasn't she? As we've seen her go through, leading from the front in terms of what she's able to do, and tying it all together now nicely for her team.
And it's worked straight back to Liv Daniels for a second dot ball.
Yeah, it's always good to see bowlers fielding off their own balls. You sometimes don't want to see those ones being left behind, given that you've got long on out. So just stopping that ball, making sure it's a dot.
Heaved away by Gorham. It will be collected by Izzy James on the boundary as they come through for a single.
Again, not much opportunity is there. Even these singles doesn't really give Kent the relief they want as they continue with their chase here.
The last of Daniels' spell as they come through for a single. A remarkable spell from the Gloucestershire captain. Just the 12 runs conceded off her 4 overs. No wicket, but incredibly economical.
Yeah, definitely. And I think having that economy at one end then gives an opportunity for bowlers at the other end to be taking wickets. And that's what she's done. She's kept it very tight in the way that she's applied herself there, looking to keep the pressure on in terms of what Kent are trying to do, and other people then picking up nice wickets.
2 overs to come here in this game. I'm not sure it's quite mathematically impossible, but it's nearing being mathematically impossible for Kent. It's going to be Emily Geach to bowl the 19th over. Gloucestershire will be hunting for these last 2 wickets, and Kent will be hoping to bat out this innings.
Yeah, you're getting us closer to saying that it might be a Gloucestershire win here.
We are indeed. As Geach comes in, and it's worked away by Bilal, and they'll come through from a single to Amelie Monday.
Yeah, again, Gloucestershire haven't really changed much in terms of their field. They're happy to give Kent the singles, as we know it's not enough. They need 76 to win at this stage of the game with just 1.5 overs remaining.
It is officially mathematically impossible on legal deliveries. It also was at the start of this over. Poor maths from the commentary team now. I do apologise as Geach comes into Gorham. As it's worked away for another single to Amelie Monday, keeping herself in the game after a big knock earlier on.
Yeah, definitely. I think all the fielders have played crucial roles, haven't they, in what they've been able to do in picking up that ball. And as you said, then it will be a Gloucestershire Glamorgan final.
Geach in to Bilal. As it's worked upwards, it's a diving effort from Amelie Monday. Getting her left hand out to it. It was a tough chance, and it does fall safe as they scamper through for the second.
Tough chance, wasn't it? But right decision, I think, to go for the catch at that stage. Could have played it easy and just taken a step back, let it bounce and got into her hands. But I think it's what people want to see, isn't it? You want to see people going for the ball and taking those opportunities where you can, bowling Kent out.
Indeed, as Geach comes into Bilal. As it's worked through, and it's taken by this. Oh, it's not. Was it a bump ball? Confusion in the commentary box. We will see a replay on that one. I thought that Liv Daniels just got Emily Geach her first wicket of the eliminator.
Did look like it was going that way, didn't it? And by some good bowling by Geach as well.
As it's worked away by Gorham, back to Daniels.
Yeah, similar shot there, just not quite as up in the air as the one before was, but playing in a similar region.
We're seeing a replay of that ball. Oh, it was put down by Daniels. She had it and just lost it at that last moment as Geach comes in. And it's upwards. It will fall safe. They come through for a single. They won't think about the second. Caitlin Boucher. End of the 19th over.
Yeah, it's what you want to see from Kent. Still playing their shot, still going through it, but ultimately you know it's going to be nowhere near it. It's not enough. And it can't be at this late stage of the game, but they're doing the right things and going through the motions, but Gloucestershire ultimately out on top.
We should say that whilst it has been a Gloucestershire win today, Zina Bilal has put in a monumental shift for Kent. She's 36 from 40. She's gone down with injury twice and has shown some real grit in these closing stages of Kent's Blast campaign.
Yeah, I think the expectation was that she would go off, wasn't she? But she got back up, as you say there, and really providing for her team here.
As Hill comes in to Gorham for a single to start the 20th over.
Yeah, it's nice to see that Hill will get her 4 overs, bowled very well. Again, had a second over was a bit more expensive ultimately as the batters were getting better.
Swept away by Bilal. She can't get hold of it. It's just the dot ball.
Yeah, dot ball in the end as the fielder comes across. Nothing really from it. You wonder what Kent are thinking at this stage.
Hill in again. It's upward from Bilal and it will be taken from Alice Bird, giving Hill her 4th of the game. It brings a phenomenal knot from Bilal to an end. 36 for her. 1 wicket to win for Gloucestershire.
Yeah, she has done really well there, hasn't she? Coming in at 8 and being able to put in a performance like that, you just need those top order batters to have stuck around and been able to put in some runs as well. But unfortunately, that wasn't what they were able to do. It's a final batter then for Kent as Megan Belt, the skipper, makes her way to the crease, knowing ultimately what the outcome is going to be today.
She's tried to work it over that inner ring and hasn't been able to get it away.
Alice Hill then 3 more balls for her over as we come into the really final stages of this game. Kent refusing, looking like to get bowled out.
It's the skipper, Megan Bout, working it down the ground for a single.
Yeah, picked up quite nicely there. 2 balls to go for Kent. You wonder if the message is don't get bowled out. But Gloucestershire are going to be fighting, aren't they, for that final wicket here today.
Hill in to Gorham. It's worked away for a single. Gloucestershire are 1 ball away from a final. Hill in to Bout and she swept it away, but it will just be a single and Gloucestershire have done it. They make history in the Women's Vitality Blast League 2, making their first ever final. 20-year-old captain Liv Daniels, the youngest captain in Tier 2, leading them from the front into a final against her academy protege Glamorgan. Fran Wilson, their coach, will be absolutely delighted. What a performance from Gloucestershire.
Yeah, you can see what it means to the girls, can't you? Big hugs, big smiles, they all celebrate it, and there are cheers from around the ground in terms of that performance. It really was a comprehensive victory for Gloucestershire there. Never really a question of Kent looking like they were going to get anywhere near it, and lots of bowlers there contributing in terms of taking wickets and things like that. So an opportunity now for Gloucestershire, get some shade, knowing that they are going to be facing Glamorgan in the final then at 4 p.m. this afternoon.
Hugs all around for Gloucestershire. What a performance for them. Exactly what you're after in a fight, in an eliminator, getting them through to the final as the players shake hands.
Yeah, it gives them real confidence now, doesn't it? Going into that next game, knowing what they've just done, knowing what they've done to Kent. They did it before in the group stages. They knew they could beat them. And now they're looking to do the same with Glamorgan. Not a similar story in the group stages for Glamorgan against Gloucestershire, but they're going to be looking to change that and swing the tables back in their favour, taking all that confidence they've just gained from that innings right into this game now.
It is a Glamorgan versus Gloucestershire final at 4 p.m. Let's have a look back at that game. First of all, Gloucestershire's batting innings, they got off on the right foot. Emily Monday, 71 for her off 49 balls, backed up by Bafana Reddy with 22, and most crucially, Meg Ahern with 39, not out from 29. There were 3 wickets for Sydney Gorham of Kent and 1 each for Holly Young and Izzy James. In the chase, Kent just never quite got going. An early fall of wickets for them. Charlie Phillips, the operator for Gloucestershire, 3 for 16 from her early on. Kent only managing 93 for 9 in their chase. The top scorer for Kent was Zina Bilal with 36 from 42 for her. The wickets, there was also 1 for Caitlin Boucher with 1 for 16 from her 3 overs, and 4 for Alice Hill late on with 4 for 22 from 4. What a performance from Gloucestershire, and we'll be seeing them in the final.
Yeah, you saw what Kent weren't able to do at the top. So those 4 batters they had right at the beginning, none of them being able to get into double figures. And I think that's what really hurt their innings right from the beginning. You're right with regards to what Zina Bilal was able to do towards the end, but it was just too little too late by that stage.
As we see a huddle, a jubilant huddle for Gloucestershire. Fran Wilson having a chat, perhaps keeping them grounded ahead of that final against Glamorgan. It's a massive result for them by 66 runs, but they've still got a final to play.
Yeah, definitely. They'll be taking everything they can then into this next game now. Just over an hour until that next one is underway, but hopefully grabbing some lunch, grabbing some shade, and being able to rest and recover as quick as they can to then get up to pace the rested, table-topping Glamorgan.
As we see the Glamorgan players eager and ready, they're already warming up in preparation for their final at 4 p.m. We will join you again then. I've been Rosa Simpkin, alongside me Lydia Clemens. Thank you so much for joining us. We're building in anticipation of that final. Are there any key players you think people should be keeping an eye on Glamorgan?
I think we've seen it, haven't we, throughout the competition as we've been going. Lauren Parfitt is undoubtedly their strongest batter in this. Ultimately, the competition's leading run score at 366. She's going to be looking to go again. She is in the form of her life as she takes her team into this final here that we see today. You've got Daisy Jeans usually opening the batting with her. Again, they're going to be trying to make that partnership last as long as they can, and that's what I think Gloucestershire will want to do as well with Halliday and Monday. If they can get those 2 batters going right at the beginning again, it really gives the teams the intensity as they're going through.
I mean, we can see the Glamorgan players are getting ready. It's also great to see Amy Rees out there with them. She's been a rather pivotal figure in Welsh women's cricket. She plays a role in Welsh Fire, and it's great to see how heavily she gets involved. She's director of cricket, but she's so active in the coaching.
Yeah, definitely, and recognised ultimately in the 53 women in the chairs that were there at Edgbaston. It's fantastic.
And on that note of Glamorgan, that will be all from us for now. We'll see you again at 4 p.m. for the final.
Thank you.
I used to at uni. I would train 4
Amelie, congratulations to today's player of the match. It's so hot down here. What a fantastic knock that was. 71, must be so proud.
Yeah, it's been a long road with Gloss. Also coming back from an injury this season has been amazing. The girls are amazing, and to get through into the finals is just, I can't be prouder of everyone.
You've got to go again now. That's going to be tough. But just talk about this one. In the middle there, it must have been very, very hot when you come off. You could see how hot you were. But how much of a factor was that?
Yeah, it's hard. I'm telling Meg, scream at me to run to, scream louder, push me, you know. It's hot, it's hard, but we've got to dig deep, give everything and go again.
So going against the final, against Glamorgan, of course. You played them already this season. It's a one-off game. It's a final. Anything can happen in this game.
Yeah, I think we played them in the first game and we were definitely in our shells. It was my first game with Gloss, and we've come back. We fought. We made our way here, and we know that we can fight, and we're in it. So we're good to go.
And what's the plan now for this break? Because it's a quick turnaround as well.
Eat some food, a few bananas, get some water down me, and probably lie down in some shade.
Well, we wish you the best of the final. Also, you've won this, the champagne, but also you get a new puppy, you were saying. So is that a present for the puppy?
Yeah, I think it'll be the puppy's first soft toy.
There you go. Hey, congratulations. That was a fantastic innings. Well done. Good luck in the final.
Thank you.
What?